americano. Ya que andamos, el negocio está redondo y me la paso en mi camaro. Ruleteando, el dinero no ha cambiado. Mi persona sigue humilde y ahora es Louis Vuitton. También un cantón con un Rolex en la mano por él en un Rolls Royce. Ya que ando al millón, contando 1 millón. Envidiosos me la pelan, valen verga porque saben que yo siempre ando al tiro con los míos, por si hay lío, mucha lacra, no confío, y es así, no. Malas vibras yo nunca transmito, con mis ángulas bendito, me la paso siempre a donde voy. Y así suena, y así suena el hoy, pa.
Y su compa,
Dice,
Natanael Cano y el Pone. Ay, ay, ay.
Nana boy. Big kid.
Desde cero fui creciendo. Varios marchan en su nombre, pero tenemos las metas en el cielo. Serio siervo, 1 millón en la muñeca y ya ando comprándome una casa en New York. Que es un cantón, me gasté otra feria en prendas, pero quedó pa' un librón y aquí anda al millón, contando 1 millón. Envidiosos me la pelan, valen verga porque saben que ya siempre ando al tiro con los míos, por si hay lío, mucha lacra, no confío, y es así, no. Malas vibras yo nunca transmito, con mis ánjudas bendito, me la paso siempre a donde voy.
dice, dímelo caro. Dímelo Dani. Y así suena los corridos tumbados, perro.
Live on. What a cool nana boy. Live on. Live on. What a see nana boy. Nana boy. Oh, boy. That thing that all part of the charm business. That time was crazy. It looked like that thing I think we remember now. So he just used to be putting himself on the computer. Oh yeah, and that's why we're telling them that thing. Then she don't understand. All part of the craziness there. David Power. Maybe start. David. Yeah, David. Yeah, my fine girl. How you doing, man? Fine girl, man. Oh, yeah, man. David Power. They know that what they're doing is wrong. They know it, but as if they just want to start violence down. Or they just want to start violence. They just want go. They just looking for something to do. They just want to fight. They know that what they did was wrong. It's wrong what they did for just sending woman to somebody without any proper doing. They know it. But just because they want to fight now, they just look for any excuse. They go tell the people say that we send woman to the man. All that money, I see inside the audio. Life is sweet like an audio. Audio. About the money. nothing but the money. Yeah. What's it, my baby? Tonight. Come back to me. Oh, me. Shorty said she done come for the money, oh. That life is sweet like a audio. There you go. Go to the hospital for treatment, not we ain't go there to go see the Ghana thing. They're telling people, oh, that's smart. You know that means the entire time that we been going to the clinic, you see what we're saying. The reason why we having problem, I keep telling them say we having problem. We're not able to work. That's some of it there. Oh yeah, you just got some. Anywhere you go, you just got people just holding you for something. I ain't got nothing to do with anything. And she telling me say I'm able to work under that kind of condition. I think you just somebody that just love to make somebody angry. You got the kind of thing that you telling people. You don't tell somebody that kind of thing. You know that I ain't doing anything wrong. Oh yeah, not to, if to say you did something, if you did something wrong, but you don't do anything wrong. Then she just talking against the thing that I was talking. If you did something wrong, fine. Mr. Lost Square, Big Bam, do. Oh yeah, if they say you did something wrong, fine. But if you never did anything wrong, see, if you never did anything wrong, yeah.
The most expensive private islands. There is perhaps nothing the mega-rich desire more than privacy. And privacy is becoming more and more difficult to come by. In the age of social media, the only real privacy the rich have left is the physical privacy achieved geographically. And there's nothing more private than a private island. The ever-reclusive, ever-extravagant one-percenters at the top of society spend millions on these private islands. The costs are so staggering due to the sheer size of these land masses and due to the fact that they're so finitely numbered. In other words, there's only so many private islands on the planet available for purchase. Not everyone can just pull a Dubai and build the island from scratch. So, in this video, I'll be counting down the 10 most expensive islands on the planet. Keep in mind that these price tags are the price of the landmass itself. Any buildings or facilities that have been built on the island have their own price tag as well. Beginning with number 10, here are the most expensive islands on the planet. Number 10, $28 million, Bird Cay, Bahamas. Bird Cay is surrounded on all sides by neighboring islands in the Bahamas. These land masses around Bird Cay offer protection from tsunami and hurricane, which is just one of the reasons the island comes at such a hefty price. The gorgeous island has over 4.75 miles of water frontage. Bird Cay offers sandy beaches, crystalline waters, gentle prevailing breezes, numerous trails, tropical palms, casuarinas, as well as citrus and coconut groves. And it goes without saying that Bird Cay, along with every other island on this list, come with stunning ocean views, giving the considerable flowing grassland. A few holes of golf could easily be constructed on the island, but now the island is still up for sale, and there has been little to no construction on the property. This land is ripe for the taking for any multi-millionaire looking to bolster their reputation. Some sources believe this island's cost could skyrocket, and advise that the island be purchased quickly for investment purposes. $28 million. Agria Trias, Athens, Greece. Leaving the Bahamas but sure to return, we find Agria Trias of Athens, Greece. Agria Trias is perfect for any individual looking for an already developed island. This island comes ready with a central living accommodation that has 4 bedrooms, beach houses, a staff house, and even a church. The beautiful island has 3 beaches. One of those beaches is overlooked by an extravagant outdoor dining area that can accompany up to 30 residents. The island is just a 10-minute helicopter ride from Athens, Greece, making it one of the most desirable islands in the Mediterranean. $35 million. Coralvo Island, Mexico. Off the coast of Mexico, Coralvo Island is 60 miles east of the city of La Paz. This massive island is completely uninhabited and is currently up for sale for the steep price of $35 million. The price of this island comes partly from the size of the island, as is all of 18 miles long. The arid desert climate offers one of the more consistent climates in the world, with steady warm temperature and little rainfall. The landscape of Coralvo is mountainous and rich with vegetation. Another selling point for the island is the rich sea life that surrounds the land. The ocean floor drops dramatically off the coast of the island, and the perfect temperatures and calm weather make it a perfect destination for sea exploration. $35 million. Hog Cay, Bahamas. Coming in at number 7 on the list is Hog Cay, priced at $35 million. Hog Cay brings us back to the Bahamas and is just miles from Bird Cay, the 10th item on our list. Hog Cay keeps with the animal theme of many islands in the Bahamas, but recently has become known as the Blue Island. This island is one of the few islands where you can actually land your private jet. While most islands can only be accessed by boat or helicopter, Blue Island is long enough to do the job for a private jet. And if there's one thing millionaires love as much as their private islands, it's their private jets. Of all of the private islands,
did not make any sense.
Blue Island is the only one with a jet port. So, as you can imagine, the island is quite large and has had significant development. The island is all of 700 acres, has earned the title of the most accessible private island. $39 million. Charles Island, Bahamas. Charles Island is a luxury tropical development island in waiting in idyllic Spanish Wells, Bahamas. The 55-acre island, which is near Harbor Island, is on the market for $39 million. Charles is being presented as a mini Dubai, as its potential for a mixed-use luxury property is enormous with open zoning. The undeveloped island is literally a stone's throw from the lively and development Spanish Wells. Whoever eventually cashes out and purchases this island for $39 million will have access to all of the facilities and tourist attractions from their neighbors, and will have endless possibilities when deciding what to do with the blank landscape that is the private island. $40 million. Motu Tain, Bora Bora, French Polynesia. Once again, we leave the Bahamas for the last time and travel to French Polynesia, where we find Motu Tain, the $40 million island in Bora Bora. Bora Bora is a name that should be very familiar to anyone caught up on the luxurious life of the mega-rich. It has become a household name in the luxury scene. Motu Tain is one of the smallest islands to make the list. But trust me, the island is as stunning as it is small. Located just 10 minutes by boat from the main island of Bora Bora in French Polynesia, Motu Tain comes with everything you need for a luxurious relaxation. Motu Tain is encircled by a truly magical white sand, palm-fronted beach on turquoise waters. The majestic villas sprawl across the island and are completely integrated, with thatched roofs and vast decks in order to create a sense of complete harmony with the surrounding nature. Along with the serene comfort, the island is also rather easily accessible. There are convenient overnight flights from Los Angeles to Tahiti. From Tahiti, it's a 45-minute flight to Bora Bora. All of these amazing features lead to the price of $40 million. $45 million. Hans Lodek Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands. At number 4 on our list comes a pair of islands, the only item on our list under the United States. These two islands in the Virgin Islands are being sold as a pair for $45 million. The pair of islands is just north of St. Thomas. The larger island of the two is called the Great Hans Lodek, while its sidekick is referred to as the Little Hans Lodek. The larger island is nearly 500 acres, and like its small neighbor, is untouched and free of any development. The coconut beaches on either island, along with stunning cliffs and vibrant marine life, make the pair a perfect place to set up a getaway home or perhaps an upscale resort. The Little Hans Lodek is just 100 acres. The bundle of islands offers so many options for island buyers, as they have 2 islands to work with. If it were me spending $45 million, I would set up a resort with a golf course on the big island and turn the smaller one into my private residences. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys would do in the comments with your own private island. $65 million. Cay Chapel, Belize. Cay Chapel is a rather large private island in Belize, with a rather large price tag to match. The island was once owned by Isaiah Emmanuel Morta, who was Belize's first African millionaire. The island comes with a fully fitted airstrip, an 18-hole golf course, several resorts, including a 4 Seasons, and 1 massive clubhouse, with all of the accommodations a luxury private island could ask for. The island's resorts offer top-of-the-line facilities that are environmentally friendly as they are expensive. The island holds up a strict image of sustainability and an attitude that protects the beautiful water surrounding it. It goes without saying that snorkeling and scuba diving are an essential characteristic of Cay Chapel and all of the resorts on the island. $100 million. Ronde Island, Grenada. Until just recently, Ronde Island was the most expensive private island on the planet, at an incredible price of $100 million. Since 2007, this 2,000-acre private island has been on the market, but a buyer has yet to be found. The beautifully lush island is untouched by development. The unique shape of the island creates 2 bays on adjacent shores of the island. The waters surrounding the island are extremely clear and offer superb visibility down to 100 feet. These features make the coast the perfect place for an array of recreational beach activities. Along with these bays comes another geographic feature that is sure to win the heart of some billionaires in the market for an island. Ronde Island has a cave system wide enough to swim through. All of these amazing natural amenities make Ronde Island the second most expensive island on the planet. 240 million euros, $310 million. Lisbon Island, Portugal. Some estimates for this massive island just outside of Lisbon, Portugal, claim the island will sell for around $350 million. But to avoid the risk of getting too far ahead of ourselves, let's just leave the estimate closer to the listing price of $310 million. This island is virtually on the doorstep of Lisbon itself and is a massive 3,000 acres. There has been talk of turning the island into a luxury golf course, complete with residential units, as the island is a prime spot for potential development and is unusual in the fact that it remains undeveloped, with being so close to a heavily populated area such as Lisbon. The island will most likely be purchased by multiple investors, with an eye to develop it into whatever they see fit. But talk is just talk, until someone with a big enough bank decides to make the $310 million purchase. Well, my YouTube friends, there you have it. The 10 most expensive private islands on the planet. Until next time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, I'm Mr. Luxury. Pip pip, da-doodly doo.
Stretching 5.5 kilometers into the Arabian Gulf lies the most audacious engineering project the world has ever seen. Palm Jumeirah is so vast It can
I
be
think we're
seen
telling
from
her they go
space.
do all the things
Built
they
only
go
from
die
sand
in
and
their
rock,
field doing
threatened by
We
earthquakes,
kept telling
violent
them
storms,
to stop
and
their
erosion
thing.
from the sea, it's remarkable that Palm Jumeirah exists at all.
If God had wanted an island in the shape of a palm tree in the ocean, he'd have put one here.
Engineers must race against time and battle constantly with the forces of nature. This is a megastructure they thought could never be built.
Last time.
August 2001. The Arabian Gulf is a massive activity. Dubai is building one of the biggest man-made islands in the world. Engineers have a daunting task ahead of them because this is a construction like no other. All structures stand in defiance of nature. Most are built from concrete and steel, materials that are artificially strengthened. But this massive island is being constructed out at sea, using only natural materials, sand and rock. And both start eroding the moment they hit the water. For project manager Bob Berger, it's a daunting task.
Any construction is in defiance to nature, and this is an extreme example of that. Every day, we're trying to prevent the destruction of what we built.
The Middle East, Dubai, the jewel of the Arab world. A kingdom built on the profits of its oil reserves. This tiny emirate, twice the size of London, is one of the richest places in the Arab world.
Just keep teaching the children.
But it hasn't always been like this.
Them with all kind of
50 years ago, Dubai was a trading town built on a creek. Over half a century later, it's been transformed. Now it's famous for gold, trade, and oil. But there's a problem on the horizon. By 2016, the oil will have run out. It'll mean disaster for the economy. Dubai must find a new source of income. The Crown Prince, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has a $2 million plan to save his country. He's ordered his kingdom to transform itself into the world's #1 luxury tourist destination. And the Crown Prince has a history of getting what he wants. To put Dubai on the map, he's already built one of the most luxurious hotels in the world, Burj Al Arab, created top-class golf and racecourses, and is planning the world's tallest building. But now, the Crown Prince's big idea is mass tourism. Dubai seems the perfect spot. It offers sun almost every day of the year, glorious beaches, and azure seas. 5 million tourists visit here annually. Now they want to triple this to 15 million. But there's a problem. The coastline is a mere 72 kilometers long. Not enough space for all these extra people. But how do you make your coastline longer? The Crown Prince's plan is to build a massive island, but he wants it done by 2006. This daunting task falls to Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayman. Starting with a blank piece of paper, he draws a circular island. It increases the coastline by 7 kilometers. But for the Crown Prince, it's nowhere near enough.
He looked at it, it was a circular island, which gave us about 7 kilometers of beaches. And he said, why not 70 kilometers?
It's back to the drawing board. This time, the Crown Prince works on the design himself, pulling it about to increase the beachfront. Nothing seems right. But then he comes up with an audacious plan. What better for a paradise island than the shape of a palm tree? 5.5 kilometers across, it increases the coastline by a whopping 56 kilometers, 9 times more beachfront than the circular island. But no one has ever built an island this size and shape before.
When I first heard of this project, I couldn't believe it. I thought it's incredible.
The extraordinary plan is to build a city at sea. The palm will be covered with luxury villas, shopping malls, and restaurants. The crescent-shaped breakwater, linked to the palm by a tunnel, will hold 22 hotels. The easiest way to build such a massive structure at sea is to use concrete and steel. But this doesn't fit with the Crown Prince's plans. His idea creates an added challenge. To blend in with its surroundings,
Don't overpay on Amazon. Wikibuy can save you money. Get notified when other sellers have a better price. Download Wikibuy for free.
Here's the thing about depression. It's multiple symptoms. And that can make it hard to deal with stuff. Okay, time for a change. So your doctor tells you about Trintellix, a prescription medicine for adults with depression. And you feel this overall relief. There you go. And Trintellix had no significant impact on weight in clinical trials.
Tell your doctor right away if you have worsening depression, unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Do not take with MAOIs. Tell your doctor about your medications, including migraine, psychiatric, and depression medications, to avoid a potentially life-threatening condition. Increased risk of bleeding and bruising may occur, especially if taken with NSAID pain relievers, aspirin, or blood thinners. Manic episodes or vision problems may occur in some people, may cause low sodium levels. Common side effects include nausea, constipation, and vomiting.
No kidding, this feels better.
Ask your doctor about changing to Trintellix.
If you've ever found yourself in a middle seat on a cross-country flight, fighting tooth and nail with the sick person beside you for the armrest, then you know what a pain it is to fly commercial. Sure, you end up where you're going, if you're lucky, but do you actually enjoy the journey sitting all the way back in 42? For some, flying is a luxurious experience. You can sail high above the clouds in a plush leather seat, making conference calls and whisking yourself off to an exotic destination, if you have a private jet, that is. A private jet is one of the first investments I truly made once I made a name for myself, and I can happily say I don't regret it. I haven't fought over an armrest or a bag of peanuts in years, but I can't deny there are a few very, very large financial drawbacks. Today, we're going to take a look at how much it truly costs to own a private jet. I'll even include how much it costs yearly to fly and maintain the private jet that I own. So, what exactly do you have to do to maintain a private jet once you buy the actual plane? Private jets aren't a one-and-done situation. You have to pay for every takeoff, every landing, every bag of peanuts and bottle of wine. There are ramp fees, where you have to pay whenever your plane has a layover. There are landing fees, which vary from $100 to $500, where you have to pay for every single landing your plane makes. There are also hangar fees, which cover the cost of parking your plane in a hangar. After all, if you've spent $100 million on your plane, chances are you're not going to want it sitting out in the rain. On average, hangar fees land around $81,000 per year. If you want your plane parked and ready to go at a hopping airport like LAX, they charge up to $12,000 per month, adding up to a staggering $144,000 per year. Of course, flying is considered a rather dangerous endeavor, so you'll need insurance, and not just one kind. Hull insurance, which covers damage to the plane and all of its systems, runs around $34,000 per year. On top of that, if you're the owner of the jet, you'll need single liability insurance, which tacks on another fund fee of $12,500. That's not even mentioning fuel costs, which vary from plane to plane, but can cost as much as $53,000 for a single fill. If you're keeping track so far, our expenses are steadily climbing to a fairly high altitude. Now, sure, the plane is important, but unless you're a pilot, you're going to need a crew, and you're going to have to shell out quite a bit of money to keep them around. On average, you can expect to pay about $215,000 per year for a pilot, co-pilot, and 2 flight attendants. You have to pay overnight fees for your crew, which include lodging, transportation, and food. If you're planning on staying at a destination for a while, you can send your crew back to your home base, but that'll cost you a repositioning fee. On top of all these necessary fees, there are a few random outliers that go with operating such a complex piece of machinery. If you're flying from Quebec to Florida in the middle of December, looking to escape to a warmer climate, you'll have to pay a de-icing fee before your wheels hop off the tarmac. If something goes wrong with your jet, you can look at paying as much as $60,000 for a new windshield, or $8,000 for a new tire. In other words, cross your fingers and hope that you're flying from a warm destination to a warm destination with no repairs in store. Now, let's get down into the nitty-gritty. The price difference between aircraft. The most common private jet in the world is the Cessna Citation XLS, a small firecracker of a jet that can seat 8 people, along with 4 crew members. The Cessna is a bit dated, but it's often upgraded and fitted with all new tech and luxurious touches. Buying an updated Cessna will cost you around $14 million. If you want to buy a 10-year-old basic model, it'll run you about $4 million. If you're flying around 200 hours per year, that's enough to jet from LA to London about 15 times, it'll cost you around $805,000 to maintain the plane. That rounds out to about $10.15 per mile. But maybe you want something a little nicer than an old Cessna Citation XLS. Maybe you want something luxurious, like the Gulfstream 650. I can't say enough about this plane, which is actually the one I decided to purchase years ago. This jet has a lounge area with a sofa and a flat-screen television that pops out of a credenza. The credenza also has an added bonus, a wine cabinet where chilled bubbly awaits. In my case, it's normally a nice white wine. There's also a dining room and a private stateroom where a couch folds out into a double-sized bed. For being 30,000 feet above the ground, the bed is fairly comfortable, and I've had my fair share of nights in the Mile High Club. I have many lovely memories on my Gulfstream 650, but that hasn't come without investing a fair share of my money into it. It costs about $1.6 million a year to operate the Gulfstream. To fly 200 hours per year, which is around my average, the fuel alone costs almost $500,000. When you factor in how much the plane costs to purchase in the first place, around $65.5 million, you're talking about a lot of money. Of course, don't have to buy a plane. You can charter one instead. Before I took the plunge and bought my Gulfstream, I was chartering jets almost every other weekend, and it doesn't come cheap. If you're chartering a small plane, you can expect to pay between $2,000 to $3,000 per hour. The Cessna Citation, which is considered a mid-sized plane, costs around $9,500 per hour, but the Gulfstream, that'll cost you around $13,000 per hour. If you're flying from New York to London every week, you're going to be racking up some pretty hefty chartering rates. All in all, the world of private jets is an exciting, enticing, luxurious, and downright expensive one. What do you think of the costs of owning and operating private jets? Would you prefer to buy or rent? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm Mr. Luxury. Pip pip. Do-doodly-do.
I've always felt that entrepreneurs are, true American heroes. And it's because of the risk that they take. It's because of the challenges that they overcome. It's because of the creativity that they have to apply. You have obligations. You don't have rights. You don't have a right to succeed. You don't have a right to profitability. What you have instead is all the obligation to pay employees, to deal with government regulation, pay the rent. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. You do whatever it takes to get the job done. Well, when we started our company, I looked at how difficult it was to be successful in small business. And I said, what could we do to improve that success equation? You have a strategy for your financial strategy, your technology strategy, your sales and operation strategy. But most businesses really don't have a people strategy. And I thought that was very odd, since it's the people that execute all the other strategies. You get the people side of your business right, it lifts the entire boat. It's the people that make the difference. We We had a unique challenge when we started Insperity. Not only did we have to start a company and go through all the entrepreneurial challenges that all businesses have to overcome, but there wasn't really an industry for our company to be a part of. The concept of outsourcing the HR function really wasn't something that anyone else had attempted.
A business plan is one thing on paper, but it has to have life breathed into it. And that's what I tell our clients when I'm working with them about organizational culture, because ultimately the people are what's going to build that business and build that business's brand and strength.
We're a mission-driven, values-based organization, and that's what makes our culture so great, and that's what makes us such a great service company.
We have a servant's leader heart here in Insperity. We try to go over and beyond and trying to help our clients. You have to have a special kind of person or special people to be able to do that job.
There's no email that goes unanswered. There's no phone call that goes unanswered. There's no client concern that is ever overlooked.
Really is amazing to me when I see what our employees are doing every day to help customers, help their businesses succeed, help the employees and families of people who work in these fantastic small businesses all across the country. We're making a huge difference.
When you add that Insperity touch, the professionalism, the services, the support that you get from Insperity, it's going to change your culture.
It's not a transactional relationship. We are a partner with you to help your business grow and to help you reach whatever goals you have as a business owner and as a small business in our community.
It's philanthropy, it's volunteerism, it's just the energy that successful small and mid-sized businesses bring to the community. To start a business is an overwhelming challenge. And entrepreneurs just fight day in and day out and overcome whatever obstacles they have to succeed. It's that same immigrant spirit, the same pioneering spirit that settled the country. That's the spirit of entrepreneurship, and it's what we really admire.
I feel like when a patient comes to me and they have problems with sensitivity and problems with their gums, I have to choose between two products. I recommend Sensodyne Sensitivity and Gum to my patients because it's one product that's going to address their sensitivity concerns and make sure that they're maintaining healthy gums.
The security of billionaires. As the famed Notorious B.I.G. once brilliantly said, more money, more problems. Those words are as true today as they've ever been. Simply put, the more you have to lose. These problems range from theft and burglary to the more extreme problems, such as kidnapping and murder. Billionaires around the globe recognize this and they heed Biggie's warning. And most of them do everything they can to keep both themselves and their assets safe from those who wish to steal or harm. From bulletproof Maybachs and Bentleys to panic rooms, whether it be bodyguards or high-tech security systems, no price tag is too high when it comes to security for the hyper-wealthy. In this video, you'll see the lengths at which billionaires will go to ensure the protection of their extravagant livelihood. Let's start with the physical protection. The bodyguard. The 6'5", 310-pound suit and earpiece that stands near with crossed arms, surveying the area around their employer. Oftentimes, these bodyguards can't be missed. It's a bit discouraging when you see two men the size of defensive linemen standing in between you and the wallet you're trying to steal. Billionaires might have 2 or 3 of these individuals with them at all times, or perhaps an entire team of bodyguards with their own convoy of vehicles. If this physical security is considered needed 24/7, 365 days a year, these guards would likely be paid a salary in the 6 figures. If these services are only needed on special occasions, then they would likely be paid by the day. $1,000 a day is a realistic daily payment for this line of work. Either way, by the day or via salary, you can imagine the hefty price it takes to keep this protection around. But not all of the mega rich want to be seen with such a brute entourage of steel-faced, soulless sunglass wearers. Recently, there has been a surge of female bodyguards. Highly trained women that will always be close by but are not so obvious. Male or female, undercover guards can pose as nannies or personal assistants while keeping their true value under the radar. With thousands of dollars spent of bodyguards, this small but important area of security can be a pricey one. But as usual, the buck does not stop there. Putting so much trust in these individuals is not something most of the mega rich would consider wise. After all, these billionaires didn't become the most prominent members of society by blindly trusting everyone around them. As paranoid as it may seem, surveillance companies are often hired to make sure these bodyguards are doing their jobs and have the right intentions. If one guard tends to fall asleep on the job, or if another guard has been caught in contact with some shady individuals, this surveillance will weed them out. Surveillance is another key component of security of the mega rich. So much information can be attained about an individual with just a few days of surveillance. And it isn't just the bodyguards that can get spied on. A billionaire might pay for surveillance of a nanny, or a girlfriend or boyfriend, maybe even a husband or wife. There doesn't seem to be any relationship that's immune to suspicion when concerned the rich. Some billionaires even hire surveillance agencies to watch their own children, to see if there are any friends that are trying to take advantage of their well-off peer. If any relationship of someone of this higher end of society is close to being free of suspicion, it would be the
Juggle. I said we got boy. The same thing that going on. All that thing that smart.
The all-new Hyundai Sonata.
Gotcha. You're going down.
With class-exclusive remote smart parking assist.
Have a good day.
And Hyundai Digital Key, neither of which are available on any Accord, Camry, or Altima.
The childhood friend that was there before the money came in. But even these bonds can be severed. For reference on the cost of surveillance, an average private investigator gets paid about $80 an hour. When considering the quality of these agencies providing these services, it's more likely in the hundreds of dollars an hour. And this surveillance is often an indefinite service rather than a one-time deal. Billionaires spend millions on the most sophisticated technology security systems for their homes, and their second homes, and their beach house, and their lake house, and their getaway cabin in the mountains, and you get the point. Some of the most pricey and popular security systems are in the category of biometric access control systems. These systems utilize the biological features that can't be copied or impersonated. We've all seen the eye reader that scans your pupil before unlocking the safe in hundreds of movies. But the truth is, this technology exists, and the rich spend thousands to utilize these devices. Other devices can scan the entire face or just a finger. The fingerprint scanner is one biometric control system that is going out of style. The thing about your fingerprint is that it's still there in the event that your finger is severed. So, to keep these fingers attached, devices that detect the veins in the fingers rather than the fingerprint were created. So, if anyone were to cut off the hand or finger and try and access the security system, they couldn't. This may sound rather extreme, but it's a realistic consideration that many of the hyper-rich have to pay attention to. Unless anyone watching frequents a table saw, the threat of losing a finger doesn't come up much in one's life. But it gets even more extreme. Bullet and bomb-proof safety bunkers cost millions and exist below homes where no one can see or even know of their existence. These bunkers could be either a fortified core to the house hidden behind two-way mirrors, or an NCB bunker, which stands for Nuclear, Chemical, Biological. The NCB simply protects you from everything short of an asteroid hitting the Earth. They can be fitted with biological wash showers that can cleanse chemical attacks. The bunkers are decked with imperishable foods and any facilities you can imagine that would be needed in the event of an NCB-related disaster. The construction of these bunkers can come after the house is already built, but the more elaborate and costly bunkers are considered in the plans prior to the construction of the home. These bunkers are designed by specialized construction companies that are as discreet as they are expensive. These bunkers alone cost millions, on top of a home that probably costs twice as much. Secret passageways within the mansions, either leading to the bunkers or simply providing an escape from any threat that might have broken into the house, are also common. These passages cost thousands, and the creation of these passages is a fairly involved process, with a lot of design know-how required of the builders. In order to keep the passageway looking secret, it needs to be a seamless job. Nothing can look out of place, or it defeats the purpose of having a secret or hidden passageway installed. These hidden passages are yet another feature that you might assume is just something seen in movies, but trust me, they are real and prevalent. Next time you find yourself in a mansion, try taking books from a shelf or pull some candles, and who knows, maybe some walls will start to move. A company called SAFE, which stands for Strategically Armored and Fortified Environment, offers a rather extreme defense against intruders. So extreme that it has been outlawed in the United States, but is still used by many international individuals of high importance. SAFE has a plethora of practical and thorough security measures, but one that caught my eye is rather alarming. SAFE can set up a wall feature that blends in seamlessly with the design of the home. Hidden are 15 shotgun shells at the ready for any unlucky intruder that picked the wrong house. The device activates after 3 or 4 authentications from the owner of the home, who would likely be operating the deadly device from a panic room or safety bunker. While most of the SAFE's security systems aren't so lethal, all of them can be controlled from anywhere. That includes your phone, your Lambo, or from across the world. For a couple grand, you can purchase a similar American-approved version of this device called the Burglar Blaster. Rather than the shotgun shells, this product shoots out pepper spray. To each his own, I guess you could say. Security systems on yachts cost upwards of $500,000, but are a necessity to fend off modern pirates. Obviously, pirates have evolved a lot since the days of parrot and eye patches, but a mega yacht is about as close as you can get to a treasure chest. Isolated in the open sea, a floating vessel of wealth like a yacht is an easy target. That's why so much money is thrown into keeping this floating asset safe. The world's richest people are spending millions arming their super yachts with military-style technology and trained personnel to fight off potential attackers. The threat of these pirates have led many owners to equip their vessels with the latest James Bond-like technology. Hidden chambers, escape pods, tracking devices, and ex-Marines employed as security guards have all risen in popularity in recent years. And Michael Howarth, editor for Super Yacht World magazine, explains that it will only continue to rise. It is only a matter of time before pirates move from cargo ships to attacking super yachts cruising near Somalia, he told CNN. Many pirates do not yet appreciate the importance and potential value of these yachts. And I'm sure the pirates will catch on quickly. And if they do because they saw this video, then that's my bad. And if millions are spent in security by water, then how much more is spent in the air? That's right. Millions are spent on the protection of private jets. And the theme of military-grade fortifications continues as anti-missile defense systems are becoming standard for billionaires with personal aircraft.
I mean, I don't know what kind of thing that. Look at the way they're selling it together.
The more money it takes to keep all of it safe. The cost of security for a billionaire is directly proportional to how much stuff they have. And that sum of money is often multiplied by how paranoid the said billionaire is. So, if you had the money to come up with your own millionaire defense system, what would you choose? As always, I'm Mr. Luxury. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Pip pip de doodly doo.
They wanted to kill you, so if they wanted to kill you, it would be the only reason why they were sending that amount of girl to you.
Oligarchs, internet entrepreneurs,
so you can be laying down with them.
Billionaires are springing up faster than ever before. And with new money come brash new attitudes.
What, man?
Wealth now doesn't mean 40, 50, 60 million. It means in the billions.
Everybody is stupid.
It's kind of blingy and more.
If you understand it, boy, you will just be laughing all the
300-foot yacht. Oh, but he's got a 500-foot yacht. Now you've got status anxiety.
Even though he got all the.
You have the old money versus the new money. The individual
but he can't touch you.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's the law. He can't touch you. And everything he do.
And just like celebrities,
Like say he can bring everything. He can't touch you with it.
And they want grand, iconic toys that scream check.
Yeah, you be laughing at it all day. Yeah, making jokes.
Which says yacht or plane or stud farm or mini stately home.
Yeah, yellow like that's some kind of clown or something.
Being rich or not the etiquette.
Like, yeah, making
I think
fun.
it can become very, very stressful.
Well, there's a disorder now that they've coined. It's called acquired situational narcissism. Middle-class people, just like you and me, become billionaires overnight. They're becoming obscenely vain and drunk on their own self-importance.
They want to show that they belong. So that's when people start competing amongst, who's got their children at the best schools, who's got the more expensive handbags, who's got the prettier wife, who's got the better-looking children, which is an awful thing to say.
And who, of course, has got the most outrageous gin palace on the menu. This is the world of billionaire toys. Monaco in July is a mecca for mega yachts, and it's a chance for their owners to measure up against their fellow billionaires. Floating villas, mobile palaces, or phallic symbols, they all shout, "That's right, I win."
10 years ago, we had the haves and the have yachts. But now we have the haves and the have giga yachts. And we have the rich, the super rich, and the ultra rich.
To join this ultra exclusive club, you'd better have plenty of the folding stuff.
To be able to purchase a yacht, you've got to have at least between 30 and 60 million pounds. So that's your first cost, which is obviously enormous. And then you're more than likely, if you're that type of person who can afford to buy a yacht, you'll want it refurbished as well. So that's looking at least another probably 4 or 5 million pounds, if not a lot more than that.
The running costs to fund your own yacht, they really do cost astronomical amounts of money.
Running costs are the old hidden nemesis of every boat owner.
There's an old adage that, you should rent anything that flies, floats, and fornicates.
It costs a fornicating amount of money just to keep your tub in the water, and then you've got to fill her up.
We use about 1,500 liters of fuel an hour. And we have a capacity of about 7 hours.
I think she just taking it thing so seriously. Alright, we're telling her that.
Euros every 7 hours. It's a rude awakening to even the most gung-ho of new money
I
billionaires.
don't know what's wrong with them. I think I got something that went wrong. So, yeah, I got an idea what I'm thinking.
What sets the hyper-wealthy apart is their ability to build a new yacht to their own specification.
I think just scared people out my you're just scared me now. I want to run away, sir.
We had one client's wife who was wondering whether we'd keep a pony on a boat for her daughter. The idea was to have an exercising turntable at the back of the yacht on the aft deck. But they weren't embarrassed to ask the question. They thought it was a reasonable question to ask.
Well, I think it's fair to say they live in a totally different world. They are increasingly living in a bubble.
And I suppose the ideal lifestyle for a member of the super rich is James Bond crossed with the Bond villain.
We also had a client that wanted to have a shark, like a swimming pool with sharks in it. Well, the swimming pool would be half shark, half human, with a glass wall between the two. Again, I didn't think that would be very kind to the sharks.
Employing specialist naval architects like Ed Dubois or Tim Haywood doesn't come cheap, and that's just the point.
No one needs a yacht. It's the very last thing you need, actually.
If you want to see your money actually just vanishing into thin air, you buy a yacht.
Why not? If you're worth 8 billion, you spend 300 million in a yacht. It's not a lot of money.
Every super yacht is a one-off creation, designed and built with extraordinary craftsmanship.
I think of them, I hope it's not sacrilegious, I think of them almost as being today's cathedrals.
cathedrals of the Middle Ages were the most sophisticated things on earth. I think now yachts are.
Hamels Shipyard in Holland is where
sporty
nautical dreams come to life.
just sporty reputation.
Come here to see his latest beer moth take shape.
It is remarkable to see this boat today, having spent the hours drawing it.
It's a 66-meter
At
yacht.
Chipotle, we know people love queso. So with our all-new queso blanco, it had to be real.
Sporty characters, like I know all kind of things. They confused or something.
Deserving queso as real as this.
Sporty character, sporty reputation, sport everything. Yeah, buddy. Maybe I said a little ugly.
Is going to
in front of people.
2-3 million euros.
And that's just for the outside.
Somebody
for the
who
interior
not
design,
thinking.
he'll spend many millions more to furnish his fantasy.
They want the latest gadget, but they want things out in films. They want that old expression, the James
Yeah,
Bond
they say they're
factor.
not in there.
They want all those sort of wow things. Unreal life made real.
So the big TV screen is there. So if you want to have everybody on the big long sofa watching a movie, you can do it like that. On the other hand, if you want to look outside, you can turn the whole thing back again.
So, money really does make the world go round. Finally, you're ready to weigh anchor and get showy.
A yacht is for every owner a weapon of show off.
They want their yacht to be the biggest. And it causes them genuine pain when some other dude's yacht comes in and it's bigger than theirs. They feel they failed, even though they've got an enormous sized yacht.
These boats are, how big do you want it? I mean,
It's the status thing, I think.
it's much more sexually driven than that. I think it's all
thinking clear.
rather silly, but
That kind of thing would have just got somebody killed.
There will always be someone else with a bigger yacht than you. I mean, I know there are a couple of fashion billionaires. When their yachts were together
yeah.
in Saint-Tropez, literally the other screamed
that
across the
died
water,
for nothing.
mine's bigger than yours, mine's bigger than yours. It's a bit of a cockfight.
Well, let's see those nautical cocks and get fighting. Here are the world's current top 5 giga yachts.
Oh, well, she did that.
At number 5, Topaz
so
weighs in around
sad,
12,000 tons and stretches 147 meters.
She just started looking at me. I heard about they gotta do it. Make any sense.
155 meters, accommodates 70 passengers and 150
All that just because they want to use the jump.
Dubai at number 3 was originally commissioned by big spending Prince Geoffrey of Brunei. In 1996, construction ground to a halt due to lack of funds. 5 years later, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum finished the job in style. It's estimated that Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich's eclipse cost him nearly $1 billion. Rumoured to have its own intruder detecting system and anti-paparazzi laser shield, it's just the ticket for a Roman holiday. Once the biggest yacht in the world, it shrank in 2013 when an even bigger fish splashed into the pond. Launched in April 2013, Azam is this year's top of the yachts, and most yacht spotters reckon it's the plaything of the Emir of Abu Dhabi. This 94,000 horsepower vessel travels at more than 30 knots, which makes it not only the longest, but the fastest super yacht in the world. Playtime in Paradise, the ultimate high-end toys for new money billionaires left out in the cold.
Just because you're super rich doesn't mean the super rich accept you.
There is this isolation that billionaires have to endure.
That's the big
And starving the super toys, billionaire style.
If you're a size 12 to 14, it's very difficult to do your job. The last thing they want to see is somebody that's frumpy.
Newly made billionaires have got it bad. Decked out with brand new showpiece toys, they're finally into high society, except it's not necessarily the nirvana of their dreams.
A billionaire spends his whole life trying to accumulate wealth to escape society. And then when he gets there, he spends his whole time trying to re-ingratiate himself back into society.
There is this isolation that billionaires have to endure.
Just because you're super rich doesn't mean the super rich accept you. Because the pecking order amongst the super rich is quite stratified. So on the top of the super rich league are the extremely well-educated, well-spoken, art, enthusiastic, sophisticates. They do not feel that they are the same as the next super rich guy who owns 3 yachts but can't pull a sentence together.
Your new old money pals don't deem you worthy, so what do? You head back to your trusty friends from the good old days.
I mean, the idea that, you've been invited on someone's yacht, yippee. First of all, you're expected to leave 10% of the cost of the yacht in tips, which, by the way, is more than flying around the world first class. On top of that, the men who come and take the little boat that shuffles you back and forth from the yacht, they expect to be tipped as well. So actually, unless you're very rich, you can't afford to be a guest of someone who's very rich.
I think the unspoken contract between the host and the guest is that the guest is there in some way to entertain the host and the other guests. And you've got to play the game. You've got to be part of the fun and, sing for your supper.
I was once having lunch with a billionaire. He said something very amusing, which was that when you invite friends on your super yacht, they take everything in the room. They basically walked out with the entire contents.
To hell with your friends. You're a billionaire. You don't need them anymore. Plus, you've got this year's ultimate seagoing super toys. First released in 1972, 40 years on, the jet ski is still the undisputed hooligan of the high seas. For the billionaire who thinks he's above it all, well, 6 inches above it all, then the 40-mile-an-hour hoverpod is the only way to fly. Disliked by captains and crew alike, the Super Slide is every little big kid's dream. Big kids with £130,000 to spare, that is. The billionaire life encapsulated in one fabulous toy, full of ups and downs and spins and swoops. For the wealthy flyboy at play, the flyboard is guaranteed to raise pulses and eyebrows across the marina. Now, to mere mortals, this cutting-edge contraption may look like a submarine, but no, they'd be wrong. It is, in fact, an underwater aeroplane. The Super Falcon can fly to depths of 120 meters, and it's all yours for one easy installment of $1.7 million.
Don't worry about it. Money. You only worry about things that you need
and at this point, the lonely
to
new
do.
money billionaire
Finish.
looks to his household for company.
So they end up having to invite
Don't worry
their
about the
members
rest of the
staff.
money. Because I worry
Mostly their decorators or designers,
about what you
personal
want.
chefs, to spend the holidays with
You want
them.
to buy
But
some
of course,
nice
it's always on their
clothes.
terms.
Don't say I got plenty. Don't be telling yourself I got plenty. Just say if I want something. Oh yeah, if I want something.
The last thing they want to see is somebody that's frumpy. They want somebody who's young, vibrant, attractive. She needs not to be oversized, because if you're a size 12 to 14, it's very difficult to do your job in a correct manner.
You hear all sorts of stories of stewardesses and captains, to be very honest, as well as stewardesses and owners. I think it's quite a common trap for girls to fall into. And those stories tend to end with the stewardess being on the street.
I just what you want. Just keep it clean.
But of course, it's not just the
keep the money clean. If something should happen to you,
the whole industry caters to their demands. And in
I
Canada,
play
expats
right
Ellen
there.
and Gabby have set up a fruit and veg business catering to the
The rest of it now they can have it.
This is our fruit and veg fridge, and all our fruit and veg is prepared at temperature, well, at a constant temperature.
In that way,
They asked us to send
you
her
will
some
enjoy it.
papaya fruit down to Sardinia, so we had to charter a private jet just to put the fruit on board.
You
The pilot
will appear
wasn't too
to
happy.
look as
Actually,
if you
get asked to send our fruit and
you
veg
must
to the Maldives. We've
work
been to
work
Seychelles,
for you
yeah,
work
the
for it.
Caribbean, so we send a lot in winter. We export
It
a
is,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah. We have a lovely in-house florist called Shushu. He's divine. He just does. He'll bend over backwards to help you. Literally.
I
I know my job. It's a
26 years I make this job.
Yeah? He's really
No,
lovely, and
no.
the boats adore him. He goes onto the boats, he'll talk through with the two stewardesses, and he also comes on board some of the yachts with us and places the flowers on board for them so the girls don't have to do anything.
Every time I'm very happy.
As party planners to the hyper-wealthy, Heidi and Bruno are accustomed to providing immediate gratification to some of the world's most demanding guests.
Mega yacht owners, when they decide to organize a party, it's last minute. It's always last minute.
The team is the key, and they do work under pressure, and they know his style, which can get a little erratic.
Céline, comment que ça se fait que je suis pas au courant de ça? Moi, je le mets tout sur un tableau écrit. T'as un problème, je te le dis que t'as un problème. T'es un fou, t'es un fou. Tant tu savais qu'il fallait que tu sois là-bas à 2h et t'es encore là? C'est des malades. Non, mais ils vont pas bien. Ils vont...
The pressure is on as Bruno and Heidi prepare a huge boat party fit for a princess.
Stop
21-year-old. She's having a birthday party. She expects a lot. She's pretty demanding. Well, the whole family pretty demanding. Red party. Red.
Their Russian client wants a 6-course dinner with fine wines for 30 guests. They've insisted on a top DJ from London, dancers from Paris, and fresh lobsters from the bottom of the sea. All to be on their yacht by 8 p.m. this evening.
They are not leaning towards French cuisine. They're looking for good quality, fresh, and they do tend to have a lot of courses, and meals do tend to take a long time.
The Russians might not say bon to French food, but vino is a definite oui.
This one is a cuvée very rare. It's from Champagne Blanc de Blanc, vintage 2002, and this is a real gold label. And champagne, it's the top cuvée from Roderer. It's a cristal, but pink, which is quite rare. But for the big occasion, it's the one we suggest. We try to help them to
but
spend their
often
money.
we have to be expensive for them to understand, for them to want it. If it's not expensive, they won't want it.
We have something interesting that we use a lot for
Now
on the boats. This is the best seller. It's real gold. It's very nice.
Suddenly there's a problem. The DJ is stuck in the UK.
C'est pas un problème. C'est pas grave. Ils prennent un autre avion. C'est pour ce soir. Mais il faut absolument.
Ils sont coincés, ils ont perdu les bagages.
It's
Dans le transit de Beyrouth, les bagages, ils retrouvent les bagages à Roissy.
It's the DJ from London, the one we always have.
Il y a tous les télétrons dedans.
Okay. How much is it for a private flight? Have a look. Demande le prix
It has
pour.
to be him. It can't be anyone else. Nobody else. And what about the dancers? The 5 dancers from Paris? Are they still coming? Raoul.
Je pense que tu peux trouver un.
We had one client who arrived with her baby and was going to her super yacht, and she forgot her baby monitor. So it doesn't seem like a problem to you or I, but we said we will go and buy. No, she didn't want to board one. She wanted her own. So I had to charter a jet to Moscow to get her baby monitor. Baby monitor arrived and life continued.
4 hours till deadline, and now it's all hands on deck for a mad dash down the coast to the client's boat.
Go, go, go. Pressure, the boat's going.
Everything's packed. Now next stop, Monaco. I feel really at my best when I feel that pressure. It's like a drug.
Here we are in marvelous Monaco. The boat is here. We only have a small window of time where we have to get everything on board before it leaves the quay. All very exclusive, all very private, and all surrounded by bodyguards. It's a very discreet industry. In a funny way, these boats are so showy. It sort of contradicts everything that they want to be. So we have to keep it low-key. We arrive, we install, we exit, and wait for the next project.
Coming up, not content with peer pressure at sea, competitive billionaires head for the skies.
When somebody feels good about spending the money, there is no limit to what you'll spend.
It's very, very addictive. So once you start flying private, you will never stop.
The big thing now is you have your own Airbus. with a bedroom, with showers, with a gymnasium, and probably there's probably a golf course in it now.
To the outside world, the billionaire lifestyle is one of endless pleasure. They have yachts and they have private jets, but flying toys, like all fabulous playthings, are only for the deepest of pockets.
Price could be anywhere from $3 million to $100 million. Have operating costs that run anywhere from about $1 million a year to about $5 million a year, depending on the size.
The security of billionaires. As the famed Notorious B.I.G. once brilliantly said, more money, more problems. Those words are as true today as they've ever been. Simply put, the more you have to lose. These problems range from theft and burglary to the more extreme problems, such as kidnapping and murder. Billionaires around the globe recognize this, and they heed Biggie's warning. And most of them do everything they can to keep both themselves and their assets safe from those who wish to steal or harm. From bulletproof Maybachs and Bentleys to panic rooms, whether it be bodyguards or high-tech security systems, no price tag is too high when it comes to security for the hyper-wealthy. In this video, you'll see the lengths at which billionaires will go to ensure the protection of their extravagant livelihood. Let's start with the physical protection. The bodyguard. The 6'5", 310-pound suit and earpiece that stands near with crossed arms, surveying the area around their employer. Oftentimes, these bodyguards can't be missed. It's a bit discouraging when you see two men the size of defensive linemen standing in between you and the wallet you're trying to steal. Billionaires might have 2 or 3 of these individuals with them at all times, or perhaps an entire team of bodyguards with their own convoy of vehicles. If this physical security is considered needed 24/7, 365 days a year, these guards would likely be paid a salary in the 6 figures. If these services are only needed on special occasions, then they would likely be paid by the day. $1,000 a day is a realistic daily payment for this line of work. Either way, by the day or via salary, you can imagine the hefty price it takes to keep this protection around. But not all of the mega rich want to be seen with such a brute entourage of steel-faced, soulless sunglass wearers. Recently, there has been a surge of female bodyguards. Highly trained women that will always be close by but are not so obvious. Male or female, undercover guards can pose as nannies or personal assistants while keeping their true value under the radar. With thousands of dollars spent of bodyguards, this small but important area of security can be a pricey one. But, as usual, the buck does not stop there. Putting so much trust in these individuals is not something most of the mega-rich would consider wise. After all, these billionaires didn't become the most prominent members of society by blindly trusting everyone around them. As paranoid as it may seem, surveillance companies are often hired to make sure these bodyguards are doing their jobs and have the right intentions. If one guard tends to fall asleep on the job, or if another guard has been caught in contact with some shady individuals, this surveillance will weed them out. Surveillance is another key component of security of the mega-rich. So much information can be attained about an individual with just a few days of surveillance. And it isn't just the bodyguards that can get spied on. A billionaire might pay for surveillance of a nanny, or a girlfriend or boyfriend, maybe even a husband or wife. There doesn't seem to be any relationship that's immune to suspicion when concerned the rich. Some billionaires even hire surveillance agencies to watch their own children, to see if there are any friends that are trying to take advantage of their well-off peer. If any relationship of someone of this higher end of society is close to being free of suspicion, it would be the childhood friend that was there before the money came in. But even these bonds can be severed. For reference on the cost of surveillance, an average private investigator gets paid about $80 an hour. When considering the quality of these agencies providing these services, it's more likely in the hundreds of dollars an hour. And this surveillance is often an indefinite service rather than a one-time deal. Billionaires spend millions on the most sophisticated technology security systems for their homes, and their second homes, and their beach house, and their lake house, and their getaway cabin in the mountains, and you get the point. Some of the most pricey and popular security systems are in the category of biometric access control systems. These systems utilize the biological features that can't be copied or impersonated. We've all seen the eye reader that scans your pupil before unlocking the safe in hundreds of movies. But the truth is, this technology exists, and the rich spend thousands to utilize these devices. Other devices can scan the entire face or just a finger. The fingerprint scanner is one biometric control system that is going out of style. The thing about your fingerprint is that it's still there in the event that your finger is severed. So, to keep these fingers attached, devices that detect the veins in the fingers rather than the fingerprint were created. So, if anyone were to cut off the hand or finger and try and access the security system, they couldn't. This may sound rather extreme, but it's a realistic consideration that many of the hyper-rich have to pay attention to. Unless anyone watching frequents a table saw, the threat of losing a finger doesn't come up much in one's life. But it gets even more extreme. Bullet and bomb-proof safety bunkers cost millions and exist below homes where no one can see or even know of their existence. These bunkers could be either a fortified core to the house hidden behind two-way mirrors, or an NCB bunker, which stands for Nuclear, Chemical, Biological. The NCB simply protects you from everything short of an asteroid hitting the Earth. They can be fitted with biological wash showers that can cleanse chemical attacks. The bunkers are decked with imperishable foods and any facilities you can imagine that would be needed in the event of an NCB-related disaster. The construction of these bunkers can come after the house is already built, but the more elaborate and costly bunkers are considered in the plans prior to the construction of the home. These bunkers are designed by specialized construction companies that are as discreet as they are expensive. These bunkers alone cost millions, on top of a home that probably costs twice as much. Secret passageways within the mansions either leading to the bunkers or simply providing an escape from any threat that might have broken into the house are also common. These passages cost thousands, and the creation of these passages is a fairly involved process, with a lot of design know-how required of the builders. In order to keep the passageway looking secret, it needs to be a seamless job. Nothing can look out of place, or it defeats the purpose of having a secret or hidden passageway installed. These hidden passages are yet another feature that you might assume is just something seen in movies, but trust me, they are real and prevalent. Next time you find yourself in a mansion, try taking books from a shelf or pull some candles. And who knows, maybe some walls will start to move. A company called SAFE, which stands for Strategically Armored and Fortified Environment, offers a rather extreme defense against intruders. So extreme that it has been outlawed in the United States, but is still used by many international individuals of high importance. SAFE has a plethora of practical and thorough security measures, but one that caught my eye is rather alarming. SAFE can set up a wall feature that blends in seamlessly with the design of the home. Hidden are 15 shotgun shells at the ready for any unlucky intruder that picked the wrong house. The device activates after 3 or 4 authentications from the owner of the home, who would likely be operating the deadly device from a panic room or safety bunker. While most of the SAFE security systems aren't so lethal, all of them can be controlled from anywhere. That includes your phone, your Lambo, or from across the world. For a couple grand, you can purchase a similar American-approved version of this device called the Burglar Blaster. Rather than the shotgun shells, this product shoots out pepper spray. To each his own, I guess you could say. Security systems on yachts cost upwards of $500,000, but are a necessity to fend off modern pirates. Obviously, pirates have evolved a lot since the days of parrots and eye patches, but a mega yacht is about as close as you can get to a treasure chest. Isolated in the open sea, a floating vessel of wealth like a yacht is an easy target. That's why so much money is thrown into keeping this floating asset safe. The world's richest people are spending millions arming their super yachts with military-style technology and trained personnel to fight off potential attackers. The threat of these pirates have led many owners to equip their vessels with the latest James Bond-like technology. Hidden chambers, escape pods, tracking devices, and ex-Marines employed as security guards have all risen in popularity in recent years. And Michael Howarth, editor for Super Yacht World magazine, explains that it will only continue to rise. It is only a matter of time before pirates move from cargo ships to attacking super yachts cruising near Somalia, he told CNN. Many pirates do not yet appreciate the importance and potential value of these yachts. And I'm sure the pirates will catch on quickly. And if they do because they saw this video, then that's my bad. And if millions are spent in security by water, then how much more is spent in the air? That's right. Millions are spent on the protection of private jets. And the theme of military-grade fortifications continues as anti-missile defense systems are becoming standard for billionaires with personal aircraft. To put it plainly, the more assets a billionaire has, the more money it takes to keep all of it safe. The cost of security for a billionaire is directly proportional to how much stuff they have. And that sum of money is often multiplied by how paranoid the said billionaire is. So, if you had the money to come up with your own millionaire defense system, what would you choose? As always, I'm Mr. Luxury. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Pip pip the doodly doo. The security of billionaires. As the famed Notorious B.I.G. once...
Don't overpay on Amazon. Wikibuy can save you money. Get notified when other sellers have a better price. Download Wikibuy for free.
Recently, Tesla earned the distinction of being the most valuable United States automaker in history, reaching a record high market value of $86.5 billion. A company that started in 2003, beating out long-term companies like Ford and GM by a good 10 to 20 billion is quite a surprise, and people are certainly reacting. When I saw the news, while riding in my Tesla on autopilot no less, I was astounded. Chances are, unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard of Elon Musk. When it comes to billionaires who have been in the spotlight, he's one of the most eclectic billionaires around, and with a net worth of around 29 billion, he's one of the wealthiest people out there. But could he be wealthier? Could he dethrone Jeff Bezos to become the richest man on the planet? Could he even go as far as to become the world's first trillionaire? Today, we're going to take a look at how wealthy Elon could become. But first, we have to take a look at where he came from. Journey back with me to South Africa, then Canada, then Pennsylvania, then... well, this guy's been all over the place. Born in South Africa, Elon was pretty much set to be a tech nerd from the get-go. He taught himself to code and sold his first bit of video game code at the age of 12. In middle school and high school, he was frequently bullied by people who probably feel pretty stupid about that now. As a fellow nerd who got a few shoves back in the heyday, I've got to say, success is the sweetest revenge. He went on to go to college in Canada, then in the United States, where he paid for his rent by turning his college apartment into a speakeasy and charging $5 a head. Entrepreneurs come in all forms, don't they? After earning his bachelor's degree in physics and economics, he went on to form a startup with his brother called Zip2, which was basically an internet yellow pages with a map included. All the businesses that were around before smartphones. 4 years later, in 1999, he sold Zip2 for $307 million, earning Elon $22 million all on his own. For a 28-year-old, $22 million isn't too shabby. While a lot of people that age would take the money and spend it on a yacht and a house in the Hollywood Hills, Elon had quite a bit more business in mind. He invested the money in X.com, an online banking service that was eventually bought out by PayPal. Elon's earnings from that little journey, $180 million. So, now we know how Elon racked up all that money to form the companies he owns today. But how much are those companies earning him? And how much will they go on to earn? We know Tesla. We've seen those cars clogging up the freeway. We've We've seen Elon's wacky antics at the helm of the company, like busting some pretty memeable moves on stage in Shanghai. With that market value of $86.5 billion, it's clear that Tesla is doing A-OK. Since Elon owns approximately 38.6 million shares in Tesla, it's safe to say he's doing a little more than A-OK. But in an announcement in 2018, Tesla announced it won't be paying Elon a dime for the next 10 years under a 12-step performance plan unless Tesla nearly doubles its value. If Tesla manages to hit all 12 performance milestones, reaching a market value of $650 billion, Elon would own $184 billion worth of Tesla stock alone, making him more wealthy than Jeff Bezos with just his Tesla stock. But $650 billion is a lot of money. Enough money to give every single person in the United States $1,000 with a couple of billion left to spare. Is it feasible that Tesla could make that much? Considering the fact that in 2018, Tesla's sales increased by 280% and their services and other revenue increased by 68% in quarter 3 of 2019. It looks like their consistently increasing sales are leading in that direction. But $184 billion in Tesla stock doesn't exactly make a trillionaire. Lucky for Elon, he's got a few other companies dabbling their little robot fingers in some other ventures. SpaceX is one of Elon's well-known business ventures. They do a lot of work, building insane rocket engines, developing private spaceflight vehicles, scaring the entire city of Los Angeles with their launches. You know, usual business stuff. As you'd imagine, aerospace companies rack up some out-of-this-world money. With an estimated value of $33.3 billion, SpaceX is no different. However, it's their plan for the future that really manages to set them apart. With the intention to colonize Mars, create private, affordable space flights, and resume American astronaut spaceflight. They have a lot on their plate. But it's their Starlink program that's expected to really reel in the dough. Starlink is a satellite initiative intending to provide high-speed and low-cost internet across the globe. Really, the only two things you could want from the internet. But how much is it going to be worth? A recent analysis by Morgan Stanley expects Starlink to blast SpaceX's value to $120 billion within the next couple of years, earning an additional $30 to $50 billion annually. Once all 12,000 satellites are up and providing internet to countries, companies, and the United States government, it's hard to say how high this company's market value will skyrocket. And that's just from the Starlink program alone. Since Elon owns 54% of SpaceX's stock, he's looking at a pretty hefty amount of money going into his net worth. That all being said, as of now, SpaceX is private. If they ever switch to public, as Elon has stated they're planning to, their market value could drastically increase. So, as of now, we have a rough estimate of $184 billion and $120 billion, with an additional $30 to $50 billion a year. But if you're Elon, you can't just have an aerospace company and a car company, can you? I mean, that'd just be boring. See where I'm going with this? Yes, the Boring Company, the company that digs tunnels and sells flamethrowers.
Right
Labeled
now,
as not a flamethrower for profit. 90% of the equity is owned by Elon, with another 6% held by SpaceX. The Boring Company plans on creating an underground high-speed transportation tunnel that runs from Los Angeles to Seattle along freeways and is accessible only by Teslas and other electronic vehicles. While that may not sound profitable, the entire system is estimated to earn $5 for every $1 spent, and with Elon owning 90% equity, that's a lot of profit once the system is approved and in use. As if tunnel transportation, aerospace, car, and solar isn't enough, Elon is also the majority owner of Neuralink, a brain-computer interface program. No word has really come out about the company's profit, and they've remained relatively hush-hush about what they're working on. But it seems like some sci-fi movie material will be coming from that business soon. Neuralink shares its building with OpenAI, another company founded by Elon. The company is aimed at creating friendly, helpful AI. In other words, creating AI that won't cause a robot uprising. Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI in 2019, so it's safe to say someone else thinks OpenAI is going to profit. Well, there you have it. The business is owned and operated by Elon. Can you imagine what this poor guy's email inbox looks like every day? Though it's tough to say how much these companies are going to earn Elon. It seems like that $1 trillion mark isn't too far off. Who knows what the research companies will develop, or how much that underground tunnel will really earn him. Time will tell, but things certainly are looking good for his bank account. What do you think? Will Elon become the world's first trillionaire, or will that title remain unclaimed? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you'd like to check out his competition, Jeff Bezos, feel free to check out my video on his money here. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Mr. Luxury. Pip pip, doodly doo.
I don't know whether they're part of the craziness or they're part of the charm.
One of 75.
That's why we're telling you, maybe they're part of your charm thing you're doing. I don't know.
Congress really democratized Wall Street. I wanted to have a firm that
I don't know what you're telling me. What kind of thing you're telling me? So that's why I'm telling you. I say maybe they're part of your charm.
Agents have changed for the better.
You don't want to hear nothing about what you know. You know that up to now you're still keeping people crazy. You know up to now we're still crazy. That thing you're talking, that thing that charm, maybe that charm business you own.
And that can make it hard to deal with stuff.
You woman, we're not stupid. Everything in the room, yeah, that craziness. Everything in the room, that craziness.
And you feel this overall relief.
Let me move on here, man. Get up from here. Let her call the police. Let her do anything.
Clinical trials.
Tell your doctor right away if you have worsening depression.
I just hope that what we're telling you, if you're ready for your craziness again. Maybe that craziness.
Young adults, do not take with MAO.
You're ready
Tell
again.
your doctor about your medications, including migraines.
Because maybe that happen. Maybe that's something that happened. That why the two of you're on some kind of thing. If that craziness you're on, you're leave me alone. I want to hear any craziness in my ear.
Cause low sodium levels. Common side effects include nausea, constipation.
That's why we're telling you if that your craziness you're on, just leave me alone. Leave me alone with the craziness, baby. You stop using the charm. Stop using the charm. Stop using the charm. Because that social craziness, baby, you're talking about, and people here, you're up to now, you're still using charm.
This man has a vision to create the best electric car.
And the boy you talking about, let me tell you what happened. The boy and all were part of the charm.
This is something truly revolutionary.
That's why we're telling you, if you're talking about your charm, baby, please get up from here. Because the boy you talking about, the boy part of the charm. The boy was part of the charm. The boy was the one that battled the ball to go through the S-bounce away. And the town was crazy, the same ball, the very same ball come to the window. So if you're talking about what we're telling you, leave me alone with charm business. Y'all stop using charm on me. Leave me alone with charm business. Just leave me alone with your charm business. You got, I don't know where I will go doing something. I don't know. I got my money yet. That charm business you're on. Leave me alone with charm business, please. Just go mind your business. I got my money here. I taking my picture. I go take my picture outside. I do nothing. Leave me alone.
At first glance,
just leave me alone with your charm business. I don't want to hear any charm business in my ear. Alright.
but that is where the similarities end.
You're ready again with another bringing back memory. The song you saw me come, the minute you saw me coming outside there, she just come with it. I don't know whether the two of you playing that kind of thing.
And change the face of motor.
You just leave me alone with your charm business. I want you don't bother me.
It's the first ever massive.
Just leave me alone with the charm because that's so charm business you're on here. Y'all make people crazy. Up to now, we still crazy. That all part of the craziness. You go make somebody crazy in the house. You make me crazy for a hell of a amount of time.
Best car in the world, and show that's what.
That you the one causing all the problems for us. Stop working with the people. Stop making people crazy. Stop using charm. Stop working with injury and then stop using charm on people.
It's gonna feel like yesterday.
driving this.
Now you the one cause all the problem for all you just working with the people every day. You working with them.
This is Elon Musk, Tesla's co-founder and CEO.
Then you need to stop using the charm because you still using the thing. You telling somebody to move it on their head and you still doing the same thing.
Youngest billionaires.
You still doing it. Y'all still using the charm. Stop using the charm.
Been seen before or even imagined before.
Then y'all gotta stop. You yourself need to stop.
Silicon Valley success.
Y'all still doing the thing. You think we're stupid? Every time we go for our video on YouTube, Papa keep putting inside that every day. The man keep putting inside that. Y'all still using charm.
$1 billion. Next, he founded private rocket company SpaceX.
I know you think something. You telling somebody to stop, and you yourself you don't want to. You don't want to stop using the charm. You're still doing the thing to people.
Well, what are the areas that would most affect the future of humanity?
Telling somebody to stop, you know that y'all the same people y'all go and affect, cause whole lot of problems for good job and school.
My companies is
right now we just sitting down. We ain't got any. We ain't got nothing.
Tesla Motors is Elon's.
And you the cause, you the one you keep behind it. You keep working with all kind of people. You working with the children. You the cause for all the problem.
No hybrid and no alternative fuels.
You can't. They think just know that another charm business. The two of y'all on again. All of a sudden she just come with the car. Woo. The two of y'all just talking.
Even if much of the electricity comes from a coal-powered plant. It's technology.
The thing, how we show whether that real thing you're talking about all that charm business, you're just behind people with charm. That thing know that charm business you're talking about.
Eventually we have to
you just stop using charm on people that we're trying to tell you.
And you burn it, it's extremely dangerous. We should not play Russian roulette.
Because the thing just know that there's something that happened when y'all made all crazy. The time y'all made all crazy, maybe you were doing the same thing that what happened.
Gasoline cars. They are convinced electric.
The two of y'all let to pretend too much. Every day pretending. That thing you talking there, maybe not any kind of real thing you talk. You think we're stupid, we don't know what's going on yet. Even that yelling, you are yelling for some credit, you don't believe that's something that happened. The time we were crazy.
Can have an amazing impact.
You y'all even know about the credit card that the people saying, y'all know everything about it. When you make somebody crazy, everything that you're doing is all part of the craziness.
An electric car, unlike any other.
Everything part of it, including the summary credit union. Then you just throw in water at somebody and you know that the credit card and all part of the thing.
And further on a single
the thing you did, a hell of a thing you did, and smart thing, we are outside, we looking into the thing, the hell of a thing you did there. You know the kind of problem you cause for us, we're not able to work. Right now, I'm able to work.
Gasoline competitors.
Model S.
You just sit down there, you're finally causing a whole lot of problems for people. Worrying people. We're not able to work right now.
Say a BMW or an Aston Martin.
But the car is only the beginning.
That's why we're telling you, you go cause the problem. You using charm on us in front of the children. That's what you are doing.
Tesla needs to create an unprecedented state-of-the-art.
I will tell everybody. I have to tell everybody because that you the cause for all the problem. You are using the charm. You go use the charm to on us to the bus stop there in front of the children. All the children sitting down in the bus stop. You go use the charm. You know what you doing to people? You telling us that all the children that were holding us for some kind of thing.
And I said, okay, so where's the factory? What you have to find one.
You know what kind of thing you're doing to our job? You telling the children to basically go to our job and go cause problem there.
Toyota site in Fremont, California.
Because of what they were doing, the children were causing problem to the job. They were causing before they went over there to California. You go do that kind of thing to them.
When Tesla Motors move in, it's the
you know what kind of problem you done cause for us? You cause a lot of problem now for our job. You know what kind of thing these children were doing out to the job there? You don't even know what's going on. And then just doing all kind of things beyond people.
Machinery are striking red. Skylights and windows flood the factory.
I keep telling you, oh, you don't even know what's happening out there. The people that mean they want they can battle. Every day they battle me. That thing you talking where you say move the thing for your man, move the thing for your man. Then now you go again, they will be battling you with it.
And precision in the car itself.
I mean, they want that. I they want the people. Everybody will just be the people will just be bothering me. They will be telling me say how they make me crazy in the house.
I think it's important to have an environment where people look forward to coming to work. So it's worth putting.
I mean, they want the white people all day they can be bothering me every day. But they want thing.
They fill the space with the most advanced technology.
I think we're telling you how they want feeling there right now. Anywhere I go, everybody bothering me.
Thousands of cars.
All the things you talking say we should lead the thing, we should lead the thing. When you go lead the thing, when you go low again, another person come back with it.
Self-guided smart cards and computerized production schedulers.
I think you don't understand about that thing you're talking. Nothing wrong with removing something from your mind. But every time we go do it, when we go look at another thing happen again. The thing just look like that something that happened. We not even go to our house. I just standing right behind our house here taking a picture. Then the two of you we hearing the two of you talking outside there.
They all need to be.
The thing just the way the thing just look like a setup. She just can't look at the time she came home. Usually Lisa don't come home at that kind of time.
The Tesla team.
The thing just look like that part of the jam business. You know that we just ate some food yesterday. Maybe that the jam that may all go behind the house there.
Is a multi-point welding robot.
Then they say the two of y'all know that the jam working.
Pretty busy robots, so we gotta make sure their attack time.
You know that we just ate we just bought some food yesterday. We ate McDonald's. We ate all kind of food.
Brad Johnson is a welder with over 25 years experience at the
and
highest
you know the kind of thing the jam can do. The jam can carry you to places.
We can start running 100% and full automatic.
Look at the time we went outside. At the time you already coming outside the door. You even saw us running behind the house and all. And then you go see Lisa car coming there. And the two of you just talking some kind of thing. And Lisa know we've been living here for a hell of a amount of time. We never went in her house.
There's a start point.
We never took anything from her. We never stole from her before. Then why she accusing somebody now?
Brad guides the robot millimeter by millimeter.
The thing just look like two of you're working together. You're doing some kind of thing. That's what we're telling you. I said we ate a whole lot of food yesterday. We ate some McDonald's. We ate some pizza. All kind of things. Maybe that they say they put a jam. They think that happened. It could be another time again. Another time.
Looks like the teaching is right on mark, and we have a really good quality.
That's why we're telling you the thing. I say you gotta stop using the charm on people. You keep using the charm and the charm making people to do all the things, all kind of things, all kind of things.
100 times a day.
Then you telling me say I want to remove the charm from my head. Then they say I'm able to. If you go put charm in somebody's food, you're able to remove it from your body.
With a step-by-step strategy.
Y'all need to stop using the charm because maybe that the charm that we don't even know where we ought to even get outside there now.
And worry about profit later.
All the time we sitting down inside here, I don't even think on going outside.
High-value cars that prove electric power.
So just like you yourself, you know what time the charm coming to work.
We start off creating
you know the time the charm coming to work. The two of you just come together just like that.
Plan in place. They set to work on their first car.
And we just see the two of you just talking all kind of things. The thing look like the two of you using charm.
They release the Tesla Roadster.
That thing that charm business you're talking about here. Every time we go buy food, another person bringing the food That so charm they go put in the food.
Step 1 complete.
And the charm the charm making people to do all the things that you see all do. That's so charm.
Range. And that if you produce such a car, that people would buy it.
You go make somebody crazy. Look at how long you go make somebody crazy for. They kind of hell boy amount of time. I got my things, I got other things to do to myself. I think we're talking, I got my own thing to do. You go make somebody crazy for hell boy amount of time like this.
Half as much and sells in much
The
bigger
thing
numbers.
the thing that charm business involved.
It's really going to show that a mainstream
When you go look at it, that charm you're talking about. Because we just ate some pizza yesterday, and we ate some hamburger, some cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Designed and built from the ground up.
And then you already told the people to the restaurant to be putting the charm in the food when we order the food. When you yourself, when you see the way when the children can deliver the food, they can just be doing all kind of things. The same thing y'all can be doing, the same thing the children can be doing when they're delivering the food.
Designed, engineered, built.
I keep telling you all kind of things happening. They think that happening, not normal thing that happening here. They think that social charm business you're on.
Franz von Holzhausen is the chief designer.
Up to now, you're still using the charm on people. You still make, we still crazy. They think that craziness here.
It's really easy to have a clean slate and go.
They think that you and Lisa, they think that the two of you, they're not normal. They're not normal.
People could relate to. If they even
because the time that Lisa brought her car and the time that you come outside, they're not looking normal here. And then we just ate some kind of cheeseburger. We don't even know where. I don't even know where got me outside there now.
Somewhat traditional cue. And so it's
I think you know that the charm just told us to get outside there so y'all can talk. Y'all can just be talking those kind of things.
The Model S is a unique car.
You just manning the people. You're just using charm on people. That's why I was telling you the thing. I said you stop using the charm.
The body and the waist here is
tell the people to stop using the charm on people. They think that they charm business not good.
Car, and that's another one of those elements
you
that
make
just
somebody crazy.
translates
The craziness not
great
good.
efficiency. This car is one of the most aerodynamic sedans.
The thing what we're telling you, that small thing that happened in California. There. By the time we left from California, we got to Atlanta Airport. We can't even remember where we came from.
Receding flush.
The entire memory was black. We can't remember anything.
That is most heavily influenced by the electric powertrain.
Y'all got to stop using the charm. The charm that I keep telling y'all, stop the thing y'all doing.
You get the same performance out of a motor that's the
You don't understand what happened on the trip. I'm telling you, I said the entire California, everything was black. We can't even remember anything. The only thing we remember that the mountain.
The design team started with the motor and flat battery pack and worked upwards.
I was telling you, you're still using charm on people. And the charm making people to just do all the things that you just there pretending. You know that social charm here working.
Or transmission.
All the things that we're doing, we're getting outside with the computer, we're going beyond the social charm. We're coming inside the window, social charm.
What you'll see
everything
is
we're doing
a
that
vast
charm.
amount of space. In fact, it's actually so big.
All the things that we're doing on the computer, social charm.
And we do that by putting
all the things that all the clothes then that we bought, social charm. All the food that we buy, social charm.
Go right down in there.
Everything that social charm you're using. That's why we keep telling you to stop using the charm. All the foam, even the foam that we bought, social charm. All the credit card and the get up, social charm.
You can put
all the ID card, social charm. Everything that charm.
It's totally loaded up with people and kids and stuff.
Nothing. We're not even living normal life
Who
here.
doesn't need one of these?
I know what kind of thing you're on. All the things that we bought, social charm. All the features social charm.
As a new mark, they're trying to make
an
an impact in a
everything
marketplace
that charm.
crowded with
All the
established big
shoes,
hitters.
everything charm.
To
just looking at the United States, of the three other car companies, the youngest is 19 years old. So
we're not living normal
an
life.
industry that has been
How you will
supportive
make
of
somebody
newcomers.
crazy in the house like this?
The Geneva Motor Show 2012.
How you will be living in the house then you crazy?
Company's relentless promotional campaign.
I know what kind of sense it made. Then we're talking the thing, then you telling
We're done
people,
selling
you telling me
roadsters
all
in
kind of
North
things.
America, so this is our product. It's our product, Tesla product.
They think that
Therefore,
that
we need to
happened
get
then
it
now
out
with
to start
Lisa.
selling.
They think that normal thing that happened.
Industry
They
experts
think
are
look that
judging
charm
Tesla
business
on
involved
Model
because
S.
we just bought food
It's
yesterday.
seen as make or break.
We just bought some McDonald's
Maybe
yesterday.
Tesla has a bright future. I think the Model S is
And now
very
we don't.
decisive to
I don't
see
even
if
know
there
what
will
got
be
me
a
all
great
Saturday that day
future
to
or if there
go
won't be the future at
take
all.
picture. And I think you know that so
Company have
charm
taken the
business
risk of collecting
that charm that
orders on the car.
you know the charm can make you
They've
the charm
amassed
can
nearly
make you to follow
10,000
people.
advance sales.
It can make it
The
can carry
financial
you places.
boost also creates real pressure.
The thing
I
that
get
charm that
harassed
so
quite a
charm
bit
doing
actually
all
by
the things.
some people who are reservation, and you know it's a lot of expectations, very high expectations that we're gonna
The
have
thing
to
making somebody angry,
and
I'm
exceed
say I
really.
got my thing to I got things to do, but you're just using the charm, you're making me to just be spoiling my money. I get buying charm
A
everything.
delivery deadline.
I do feel an incredibly strong obligation to those that have placed their faith in Tesla and put
You
down
know how
deposits. I'll
much
do
money we
anything
done
to
spoil
make
now,
sure
get on
that their
charm,
faith
but
is
you
not
just people just buying charm. You know me to just be
The
spoiling
delivery
money,
deadline for the first
just
cars
buying
is
charm,
now
buying charm.
only 2 months away. But the brand new factory hasn't built a
How you
production
will be,
car
how
yet.
you will be living in the house, then you crazy.
If the
Then
customers
you're
are to
not
get
feeling,
their
you're not
Model S
feeling
on
normal.
time,
You
the
get
facility
like you're feeling
urgently
sick.
needs to start manufacturing.
The speed at which we have to work
I
here
think
is
we're telling you, I say
extremely
y'all stop
important to the
using the
company's
charm here.
bottom
I ain't
line.
got
This
anything.
is
I
the
don't
kind
have
of
anything.
timing
Tell the
that
people,
is
whoever that tell you
really
to use it.
challenging
Tell them say we
many,
don't
many
have
different
anything.
accounts.
Tesla need to build 20,000 cars a year. But before mass production can begin, Gilbert and his team must prove the factory is ready. The company is relying on them to get it right.
We have to make sure
used
that
to have all
car
of
to
them.
car,
They
the
done
quality is there,
crazy.
everything is perfect along
All
the
the
way.
same
So we
computer,
are
then
really
everything.
gearing up towards a production ramp-up.
You just wake up in the morning, then you just see the
Over the
same
next
thing
few
that you
weeks,
saw.
the factory
Yeah,
will
you see
test
the thing
manufacture a limited number of Model S.
And I think that
If the
social
line
charm,
doesn't perform with these cars,
social
the
charm.
company will be forced to miss
You know,
their deadline.
we
Tesla's
remember
electric
everything.
revolution would be over before it started.
I think we're trying to tell you, I said that social charm,
It's the birth
you're
of Model
using.
S in our Tesla factory.
They
And it's
think
where,
they're
you know,
not
the
looking
rubber's
at
gonna meet
normal
the
life
road, so
we're
to speak.
living.
The process
How you will be in the, how you will be in the house, how you will be in the house where you're then will be living like
To
this.
increase the battery's range, the company have decided to
We're
build
just living with social
97%
charm.
of the Model S
Just
with
eating charm,
lightweight
eating charm.
aluminium. It's an extremely rare feature in a mass production car due to the cost.
Yeah,
Every Model
we
S
just we living in
starts
the
as
house,
one
then
of
we just
these.
eating charm like this.
The roll is loaded into the mechanical cutting
You
machine.
yourself, that they kind of thing, somebody can do that kind of thing, but I don't know how you will feel. That thing loaded that social charm, your that main thing we're talking, the charm business gotta stop.
Pieces of aluminum into
I keep telling you, I told you from over there, I say your tech. I said the charm, you gotta stop using the charm.
that we expect is really, really challenging.
I don't have anything for anybody. I don't have anything for the children. Tell the people say we don't have anything. Tell them to just stop. They should just put a stop to using the jam. They should tell them to stop.
It has to be transported from Detroit on 70 trains.
That kind of thing you have to look at the way you even talking to the woman. I know that maybe that she didn't want Benet, you go make the jam for her.
The immense pressure from the stamp allows them
Yeah,
to
they
press
think
the
yellow
complex
that
body shapes
the
needed
food
for
we
the
ate
Model S.
yesterday that was jam that's supposed to work. Maybe she and all involved in the jam business.
Known as dies that mold the panels into a wide variety
Maybe that's
of
something that's
shapes.
supposed to work on her. On her. Because I don't know why even carry me outside there. I just think it's that there's normal thing I do. I'm going outside to just make video or something behind the house. Now we go there now, the two of them talking about it did not make any sense. I'm living right here to the house.
Producing stacks of floor plates.
I live right here to the house.
These lightweight aluminium parts
I
improve
live
the
right here.
Model S's power-to-weight ratio,
It don't make any sense
which
if you
helps
see.
increase the performance and range.
Yeah, you say we go jump through the window,
Things that
we go
obsess co-founder
steal
and
something. They
technical
think
chief
yellow that
Jamie
charm,
Straubel.
that charm you're talking
Any
about.
ideas on how we can make it better?
It don't make any
Performance
sense.
and range were the two big issues that needed to be improved, and that's where we put most of our focus
I
on
keep
the
telling you to
technology and
stop
powertrain.
using the thing. Every time you're using the thing, you know the thing about the charm is that they know the exact time for them that the charm coming to work. So that the reason she just look at the time she shut us up.
running into the side of Beaver Dam Middle School.
And I think yellow that's something that happened.
The first thing
We
I
can
did
even
was
remember that
come
they
down
think the
after
particular thing they
very
get
early
again and
was my first
another thing that
contact
happened
when
again
something
when
happened.
we were crazy.
The focus was on getting school back up and running. M3 had connections. They had
I keep telling you, look at how long you go. Look at the amount of time you go keep somebody crazy for. Since we came, at the time you start, they kind of think somebody doing it to you. You will not get angry.
The Model S has achieved a top range of 400.
Anything that making somebody angry, then you tell them, say, I want just forget. But look at how long you have been keeping all crazy here.
You know, then you're in a different usage mode. You're in a range that is equivalent to most.
You've been keeping somebody crazy since November. Since we came in November, that November you started bringing the memory back. At the time we started remember that we were here. You started telling us that your social security, even your social security benefits.
That can charge the car to capacity.
How you managed to find out that we were taking money from you?
You can charge the car up every night.
All part of
You
your
don't need
plan.
to. You can actually charge it once a week.
He go tell us that he know that we were taking money from him from the social security office. That the first thing he told us when we came.
They're organized into a flat layer with specific groupings of
You see
positive.
how he managed to know. Now it gotta be because you did something.
And range. And Tesla considers it absolutely top secret.
Now you go me all crazy. That how he managed to find out.
The motor unit is also developed
Yes.
in-house.
That how he
It's
managed to
essentially
find
an
out.
AC induction motor.
Then you told to
A
she
concept invented by
she
19th century
saying that
scientist and Tesla
when we
Motors
came,
namesake
we go take
Nikola
credit
Tesla.
card in her name.
He harnessed an
Now the
electromagnetic
two are here, you're
field
doing
to
like
turn
this, you're
a basic
bringing back
motor.
now the memory, all the memory came back.
Modern-day Tesla has developed their motor with a highly
Now we
conductive
remember
copper
that
cylinder.
we took some kind of
When the
credit card,
electromagnetic
and
casing
the
is
time we
fed
were
with
crazy.
current,
We even
the
bought a
copper
computer.
cylinder
Where is the
inside
computer?
starts to spin.
Where is the first computer that we
It's nearly
bought?
3 times more efficient than a combustion
I don't know
engine.
where you put it.
In fact, there are only 3 moving parts. It connects directly to the rear wheels and doesn't need a transmission.
That's why we keep telling you. I say you're doing. You're
These
the
are the
one.
three moving
You're
parts in the
giving me
12 Model
hard.
S powertrain.
You're
One of the
giving me
cool
hard
things
time
also
here.
with this,
Look at the
very
amount
simple
of time
gearbox
you
is
kept
that
on crazy.
when
At
we wanna
least
go
you
in
know that the
reverse
people
in the
kept on
car and
crazy.
back
Or
up,
what?
all we have to
Even
do is
in
spin
like
the motor in the other
for so
direction,
many
and
times.
the car backs up.
You
We
know
don't
that
need
the
a
people
clutch. We
kept
don't
on
need a separate
crazy.
gear for reverse.
They kept on crazy in California for so many
It's
months.
under a meter long, smaller than a golf bag.
I was telling you, you yourself, somebody was just they just making you crazy, they keeping you crazy like that for so long. How you will be feeling?
Into the classic
Then when we're talking
performance
about it,
cars.
then just like to say we're feeling good about it. You're expressing your feeling, and then you're there telling people say,
In fact,
we will not get angry about it, we will just forget about it. But look at the amount of time you keeping somebody crazy for. If that was just 1 or 2 days, you can forget about it. But you go keep the person crazy for almost a year.
As with the light switch, electric power
Since we came, since November, December,
think that's gonna
January,
surprise people
February,
is
March.
how
Like
much
almost,
torque you get so quickly.
we're almost
That
in this.
response,
This
instant
is almost the
response, you can't
5
really
month
mess
year
with the
of
throttle so much,
craziness.
because if you push on it, then the car will go.
We don't know how long. We don't know how long they think going for. Maybe it's going for almost a year.
Even from the start, you have a very quick takeoff.
Maybe you're talking almost a year of craziness here.
So if I stop here and then I start, you will see that we have an
Maybe that
acceleration right from the
1 or 2 years of
Any
craziness.
speed, you have that same torque available. So it's very easy to
Then
pass
so
the car
craziness,
or to get out of
craziness.
harm's way,
The thing you jet up, then I make any
Unlike
sense.
gasoline cars, which have to change gears,
You can't tell me people.
Model S
You can't
can
tell me
accelerate to
say
top speed,
this, that, all
totally
kind of thing.
uninterrupted.
When you go to electric, because you can regulate the torque that goes
I
into
get in fast too.
a vehicle very smoothly and instantly, we don't need any transmission. This is a single gear powertrain.
The Model S battery pack floor means the majority of the weight is close to the road, making it more stable in the corners and improving the handling.
We have a very low center of gravity, something similar like to a Ferrari.
But the real evolution in the way you drive is down to one of the central innovations in electric cars: regenerative braking. Although the Model S has traditional brakes, you don't have to use them. Regen braking can be engaged by simply easing off on the accelerator.
When you want to brake, you just take your foot off the pedal, like I'm doing now, and the car brakes itself. So you don't need to use the mechanical brakes.
When active, the regen system magnetically resists the motor's rotation, slowing the car and harvesting electric current. The energy recovered recharges the battery and extends the range of the car.
Crazy. That thing we're telling you, I don't know why you keep me crazy for that amount of time. At least if that was just one, even if that was 1 week of craziness, just make somebody crazy for 1 week.
It's a little bit different
Just 1 or
approach
2
of
weeks,
driving.
you just
Once you
forget about
realize
the
that
whole
if you
thing.
take your foot
Fine.
off the pedal, the car slows down.
But the thing now that we almost approaching another month here. In March, now we're in March. We're in August. We're approaching August here. Only 1 more week to go to enter August.
The delivery deadline is now fast approaching.
And I will just be crazy for the entire the whole year.
Is the main assembly area.
Let's somebody go make you crazy like that for the whole year and see how you feel.
To make it, engineers weld struts and casts into
Then you come down, you know that craziness. You know the thing, the 2 of you just not that craziness. Because now we even remember that something that they have.
They have trained the robots with prototype parts. Now, with final components coming through successfully from stamping, it's automated production for real.
Now we remember said that something like this happened.
Under observation, it's a tense time for the
The
team.
2 of you just know the 2 of you that another craziness again. You just meant to do it to somebody. Then you say, you say I go do
The
something.
robots work in a tightly
Yeah, the
coordinated
2 of them
chain.
working together, they meant to do the thing then to somebody. And the thing they don't understand, we just eat the cheese.
It shuts the whole process down.
Some meat yesterday. And they think that they think that normal life we're living. If that craziness not normal, it's not normal to be crazy. It's not good.
With the deadline looming, Elon Musk is determined to keep
How you be in the house and then you're not normal, you're not a normal person, you get in the house.
Model S test drive event for the people who've placed deposits.
What kind of thing you're telling people here?
This ride will go out onto Jack Northrop Boulevard, so you'll get a chance to see that this isn't some, show that Honda doesn't actually do what it says. It will go fast and with a lot of people in it. And quietly, yeah.
Not I'm worried, man.
Many have prepaid years ago, and it's their first time inside a drivable Model S.
Yes, that's make yourself like
Steve
the
Jobs
first day.
captures his experience on his mobile phone.
Enjoy it too much.
Wow, this is insanely cool.
It's a surreal scene. It's way cooler than I can imagine. You really decked this out. Yeah, it's nice. The first ride has to be documented here.
She's still cute.
The event seems a success. Now the company needs to make sure the customers get their Model S's as promised. With only weeks to go, welding has hit a glitch in automation. One of the robotic clamps is millimeters out of line.
I think we're telling you, I understand.
It's a tiny difference, but enough to disrupt the
process.
process.
They think like normal thing.
Robots work and how we have such a tight tolerance of 1 millimeter
telling
to
you
stay
up
on.
and down, still
Sometimes
crazy.
the new
You know
parts
what?
won't reach
You know how long y'all been
or
doing
the
it?
clamp won't close all the way.
Y'all been doing that thing. You know that Quita and all involved. The first time we came, which was November, Quita came to the house and doing the same thing. She go get some kind of credit card application from online, and Capital One send her some kind of letter. Then she go bring soap. You know that all part of the craziness there. Oh, we're telling you that thing. How you keep somebody in the house? I mean, what kind of thing is this? That's what we're telling you. You go keep somebody. You know that we're not normal right now. We're not a normal human being.
Reaches the Model S exterior.
Then you're sitting down there, we're telling you that you know how long you're going to keep us crazy. We're telling you something. Then you just telling me all kind of things. Telling me you don't know that we're crazy. This, that we should just forget about it.
Door subassembly.
Then you telling me say I will not tell anybody what kind of thing you telling me.
The internal frame is joined to the exterior panel.
The thing you're just another craziness and the thing is taking so long. Yeah, it's taking so long for you to stop using the jam. The jam you're still using the jam.
Side body subassembly.
And every time we try telling you the thing, then you're arguing with people. And the thing that every day thing we told you, I call you from California. I told you, see the people be all crazy in California there for so many months, and we don't even know why they did it.
Welding and riveting and bonding.
They told us the first time we went there, they go lie to us. They tell us that the plane broke down, so they say we should wait. They say we should wait in California. They say we should go with them.
Spot weld using a pincer tool, and then automatically detach the pincer and pick up a clamp tool. The same arm that joined the panels can now move it to the next station. It's clever, but tricky and needs constant refining.
When you draw something yourself, you take a pencil, you take a eraser with the same hand, right? And then you change the tool, so to speak. Same thing here.
Once assembled, the sections are brought together at body assembly.
You don't see the thing she and Lisa did. That thing look like that normal thing we were talking about. She accusing me of going, she said I go jumping Lisa house or what thing I look like going jumping and when Lisa house.
All the sections are lined up alongside the central framing line.
Then you go say I don't want go steal money from the Liberian Association. Whereby all the things you're talking about, all part of the jam. Once you doing the jam business with somebody, everything you're talking about, part of the jam.
Body assembly has demonstrated it can run successfully.
All the people you see passing, say all of them might be part of it.
It's a vital milestone in the countdown to mass production.
Once you're using jam on somebody, anything that around
completely
you,
assembled,
everything that part
the
of it.
aluminium body is now known as body in white.
Yeah, how we managed to know because that what happened in California.
The body in white is loaded onto an overhead train
everything that we saw we saw in California, everything was part of the jam.
The paint center is in a totally separate building.
Everybody that we saw, every car that we entered, that we saw, everything, every building that we went to, everything that we took, everything was part of it.
Only fills 20% of it.
Not even one thing that was not part of the jam. We're telling you the thing. I said, look at the amount of time you know that we were not. If you make us crazy in the house, that means we're not feeling well. Oh, yeah, we're not. That means you're not to yourself.
About 5 million square feet on 2 levels. Right now, we are only utilizing a small fraction of the space.
It just looks like you to yourself, but you're not to yourself.
Is what we
you
call
feel
the dark
you're
side, sort of
sick.
dark and not utilized yet. Even though we have a lot of plans for the future on how to fully utilize this entire building.
And we're just in the house doing all these things, but you can't even remember that you
want to fill the space with the production line.
You can't remember that you did all these things. Now you go come back and you go find yourself repeating the same thing over.
In the future, we intend to expand our range of vehicles, maybe of a smaller size, and also more affordable for the market. And this factory is like ideal, and we are going to make this a super mega factory.
Long term,
the thing where you get towards the end, telling us Lisa and all part of it. Lisa and all were holding you for
it's
something.
The final step in Elon Musk's Tesla master plan.
To really have widespread adoption of electric cars, we have a third generation vehicle, which will be a low price, high volume vehicle, and that's really what's going to fill out the rest of this humongous factory. I'd love to bring this to 500,000 vehicles a year as soon as we can.
The future of Elon's strategy first depends on the success of the Model S.
Every time the people go order for the food, every time the people bring the food,
the aluminium body
as soon as we finish eating the food, every time you can just start doing all kind of things around people.
Paint center. This is where they make the car look like a premium sedan.
That means you're working with the people and all that
It's a
bringing the food.
state-of-the-art process.
There's a lot of technology that goes into the Tesla car, but the very first thing they'll tell
Telling
you
you
is what
that they look at the amount of time you go keep somebody crazy like while we're talking. They think that something can worry people because now you can't remember anything you're doing in the room here now, whether you on the computer or you on your phone or you doing something. You can't remember anything.
And then electrocoating. The
We
electrocoat
keep telling you that thing. Stop using the jam. Stop the thing you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Stop it. Tell the people to stop using the jam. If not anything, tell the people say.
with their trademark tint.
Tell them say that
Signature
the
red.
boy ain't got nothing.
It's a color that we
They
developed.
tried.
that's
Tell them
different
say
than
they
anybody
tried the
else's
jam
red.
on here everywhere. They didn't work.
Been developed with glass flake to get the specific type of sparkle that we want to get in
All you
that
gotta
paint.
think that to be living in the house with craziness is not good.
Of perfectly choreographed
Right now we're not feeling well. It's just like we're sick. They think you're talking that sickness.
Even the paint robots multitask, using a handle to open and close the doors.
All the people you see walking around here, all of them could they could be part of the whole thing. You go make somebody sick in it. To just be feeling sick in the house. To just be like some kind of sick person just in the
Once
house.
it's through, the painted body heads up into the ovens.
I know what kind of thing you can do. Why you go man each other and you go do the kind of thing to somebody.
A specialist team spends
Then
hours
we're
assessing
talking
the
the
finish
thing. We're telling
before
you
the car is
what the
passed.
thing. Then you're telling me say I want just forget.
Elon's
But
made it
how
very,
you
very clear
want
to
somebody?
us what his
if you want us
expectation
to
is for the
forget
paint
about
job.
the
He
thing,
wants our paint to look like
then
glass.
you gotta stop
Look like
using
a
the
piano
charm. But you're not
finish.
the thing. You're
That's
not
the
stopping.
challenge we've been given, and
There now
that's
you
what we're
just
gonna
came
do.
down here again that the charm business you talking
The
again.
Model S spends over a day and a
The
half
same
in
thing
paint,
we telling you to stop using the thing.
and
Then
that attention to
you
detail
still doing the thing.
carries through to general assembly.
When they go tell you to stop, then you do the same thing. We're telling you to stop using the charm, then you can't do. You can't talking about charm
Model
business.
S's panoramic glass roof. The installation robot takes a picture of the top of the car.
I don't know how you want us to stop the kind of thing.
It uses the digital picture to measure the exact orientation and bond the glass.
We're telling you to stop the thing. Then while we talking the thing, then you're busy there talking about charm business. Then you're telling somebody else that they want to forget about it. How you want to forget about it?
The aerodynamic
You want for somebody to forget about it, then you yourself you doing the thing.
To get the delicate installation right, a wireless system adjusts the torque for each bolt. The cutting-edge dashboard is lowered into the car. It's proof the car is a product of the tech-savvy US West Coast.
They're causing a whole lot of problems. She get their money. That one stupid person. I tell you, they're gonna person here will be living in their kind of house.
System, which is similar to a Google or Facebook or
Isn't it very stupid? You don't see the pizza get a
tremendous amount of great automotive
expertise.
expertise.
Go where some kind of regular they're trying to do their country. They're gonna think
It's
don't
about
happen.
bringing the things that we're used to,
Where some kind of regular
phones and
can't deliver
computers,
pizza.
and the interaction that we have with them into the car.
Say that unless her boyfriend can go do
The
something
car
to
has
you.
a mobile 3G internet connection. The driver can download software.
Now we're
upgrades
talking the thing,
and
there's two
customize
of
the
them, they're
display.
not doing anything
The
about
car's
it.
always connected to the internet, so we can
They're telling
understand.
people, tell her they're doing their thing to you at the same time.
On Monday, and the car can be warmed
We're
up.
trying to tell them
for
to
that
stop. They don't want to
experience.
stop. That thing not normal. You
The
see?
entire command center is housed
You know
on
what they're
17-inch
champion do to you?
tablet. The interior is virtually buttonless.
It does some really amazing things.
Every day
Not only
we
does
get
it make the
eating
rest
charm.
of the interior
Since
super
we came
clean
to
and
now
really
get eating
uncluttered,
charm.
it allows you to have just
We can't eat normal
control of
food.
the car. And it's just,
Can't do anything normal.
like magic.
At the factory, the start date for mass
Then she
production
Jack
is now only 2 weeks
you
away.
telling somebody to forget about it, and then you chair now, then you doing the thing to the person. Then how you expect the person to just forget about it?
Marriage.
All kind of thing they just on.
In gasoline cars, installing the drivetrain
That
is
thing
almost
affecting causing problem for us. Effect not small effect.
Step 1. The motor unit, complete with suspension and brakes, is bolted into the rear wheel berths. There is no drive shaft or transmission to be attached. In one motion, it's
Look
fitted.
at it.
For final assembly,
That is it.
the
They
work
kind
is
of
mainly
person they talking
like
about.
the robots, the line workers' performance
Well,
is being
look at they
monitored.
kind of big. We laying down. They kind of big.
With every vehicle, they're ramping up to the full production cycle time, or takt time.
Ordering food.
Every station here at the
Whereby
factory
he
has
know
to
that
achieve
people
a
can
certain
go charm
operation
it.
in
Look
that
at what they
exact
charm there
in order
go
to
to
get
us.
it to our customer on time.
Here,
The
the
exact
target
time
is
the
4
two of
minutes
them
and
come, you
40
know that everything
seconds.
happened before.
Throughout the build, every single time you may hear me in the
The
background say,
exact
we're at 2 minutes,
and
we're
they
at
know
5
the
minutes,
time
right?
the
So they
charm
can know
supposed to
exactly
work.
where they are when we're shooting to get to
You will
that
just
4
see
minutes
them
and
just
40
coming
seconds.
outside. The other one
Step
coming
2.
with car.
Battery pack installation.
The two of them they
Next
know
in
that
place
charm business they're
acts
talking
as the
about.
car's chassis. bolted into place, it gives the Model S its rigidity.
It looks like they know the time the thing's supposed to work. I don't know where carry me outside that. Just let me go.
A stage along the first
film
complete
myself.
cars arrive at final inspection. At Elon's insistence, inspection happens on a bamboo platform.
Yeah, up to now, but that's normal. Everything we tell them, how you will be in the house and you're not normal.
The last check is the test drive. At Tesla, the track is very different. Because electric cars produce no exhaust fumes, they can be driven indoors.
Our people have done so well at putting this car together. You can see
you see that kind of thing. They try to do wicked. They even want to.
I'm so proud.
Yeah, people to go chaos and all.
This is the
first. They try talking about killing somebody and all. Then you get the money.
Its quality proves the new mega factory is ready for mass production. It's a big moment for the company.
They say they try and got sense. They try
just to see this car going around the test track here.
They country,
yeah. Really demonstrate the fact that the Tesla factory is ready to
people
go.
Don't get things like that in the country.
More of this guy, and it's sort of.
But if they just wanted to do all the things to you, just to be laughing at you.
The factory can now push towards the delivery.
Just to make fun out of you, that all.
Allowing Tesla to pursue their strategy for an electric car revolution.
Can you imagine if all the cars in the world were able to have zero emission, zero noise, and we could do that in a perfectly clean environment? That would be so cool.
This is Tesla's vision of an all-electric future. No fumes or heat. No noise or dirt. No expensive gasoline. Just clean, quiet streets.
Yeah, I we ate a whole lot of meat. You know, they can put a thing in the meat.
Changing.
I was telling her I just order food yesterday. Every time we order food.
Versus what we've all grown up and taken for granted. If we can do that through one.
And she working. She working with the people to the restaurant. They putting the thing in the food. Every time we go order for food,
10 years from now, Tesla will change the perception of what
they go put a charm in the food.
And it'll become clear that electric cars truly
how she really know that we were all sat down
at the Mega Factory may have just built its place in history.
I will keep telling them the thing that social charm you're using. Every time we go order for food, they're making people to be spoiling their money. You know that once you put that thing in the food, you spoil the food. You spoil it. You spoil my money. Everything spoil. All my money spoil. Everything spoil. And that kind of thing you're doing, the thing we keep telling you, Then they have it late, they won't be arguing with you at the same time. They think that the amount of time you keep somebody crazy. That kind of hell boy amount of time. Since November 2019. Gotta bring that man back to feed us. Oh yes. Oh. Dude, man, y'all think y'all gonna be yellow. Who's the best? We got it. You a killer. Y'all fighting. Yeah, man. Y'all say all kind of. Yeah. Whatever. Go ahead. Leave me out of it. Nigga, I was still laid down with your cat. Count these money, nigga. That thing that just happened, then I will remember that thing happened. That thing that charm. Oh, yeah. I don't know what she talking all kind of things so the charm can whack. And I will tell her that I say we just bought some food yesterday. They probably they told them what time. It look like they can tell them the time. That's why she just laying down inside the room. She been laying down for long. Oh yeah, she just laying down inside the app, but that she ain't go yet. That mean that the jam she waiting for. She waiting for the jam to start working before she can outside. The thing that just happened that champ, you know that right now we're not normal. Oh yeah, right now we're not normal. And we're sitting in the house with them. And when you're telling her the things she telling you, say you want to forget, boy. Look at what just happened. They think the town was normal. The town was normal. The same thing happened. The town was crazy. Lisa came from somewhere. She was standing by the car there. She was talking all kind of things. We're talking the thing at the same time you're talking the thing, they're doing the thing to you. You see what we're saying? They're using the charm. And everything that just happened, you just be test. That they just testing to see whether the charm working. Oh, now we see another small thing going on. Now we see people walking all around, and usually you will not see people just walking around the place. Oh, now we're noticing that people walking around the area. And usually you will not see people just walking around like that. Especially when the charm working like this. Not just anybody can just come walking in the memory like that. Right now the charm is working. That's why she come to the door here talking all kind of things. We go buy the burger. They go spoil my money. You're the one helping to spoil people's money. Then you're telling me say, I I don't want to save money. That's now. But then that's also craziness here all today. Again, craziness the whole day. Whole day again, so craziness. Why she just in there? She just standing in the house there, just waiting for the charm to carry you on outside so she can come outside and repeat what she did. But we remember. Oh yeah. We remember we came outside at the same time. We came outside. Lisa brought her car. That time she was just talking some kind of thing. I think we were in the and the thing can make you to wear the very same clothes you wore. Yeah, maybe that the same clothes we in. The thing the charm, I mean the thing too scary. Right now the black, I shake it, I just shaking like this. The thing very scary. That's why we're telling her, I said that this is my first time, my very first time for somebody to use something on me. Every time you telling them the thing, they will just be arguing with you. They'll be talking all kind of things. At the same time, they arguing with you. They're doing their thing to you. All we want to hear from you, I think, just explain that you were part of the charm business. You were doing the charm business. Finish. That's all we want here, because if you say that you were involved in the whole thing, that means that it was not our fault for all the things that you're blaming somebody for. It was not my fault, because when you look at how long you've been doing the charm business, when you look at how long the thing been going on, now you can't hold me responsible for anything. Oh yeah, you can't hold us responsible for anything, because even though we were doing all those things to them, they didn't care. The only thing they cared about was that particular thing that they wanted from you. That's all they care about. You not believe today, you know that today we're not feeling well, we're not normal, and we're just sitting like this. If every same thing that happened before there, we remember the minute you do something that got something to do with the what we did. Remember? Yeah. All the things you're doing in the house, we remember everything. All the things that they did. Everything, we remember all the card. I don't know. You see what we're trying to say. You see what we're trying to say. They're telling us today, that kind of beautiful day, sun shining outside, but you're not feeling well. You're sick. Now we go see. Now we see people walking around. You see what we're saying? Every time, anytime the charm working, you will see people walking around the place. The very same thing, the very same thing that happened in California, that the very same thing that happened in here. Because they know that the charm working. Because they just tested. Every time they testing, when they go test the charm, they put somebody there to see whether the charm working. So they go put her there, they put Lisa there. Now they know the charm working, and now you see everybody pass, you see people just coming, walking around the area. And they think that it look like that some kind of thing going on. That's why we're telling them, say maybe something going on here. Because they think that charm. Right now, nobody allowed to just come in the area. To just come walking in the area here. You can't just go take some kind of person now and say can't walk in front of him. Unless there's somebody that it gotta be somebody that participating, the person participating in the charm business. You know that today we're not normal human being today. Oh, can you believe the kind of thing? Today we're not normal. We bought the food yesterday. Yesterday we bought the food. The woman brought the food to us. And they go put charm. They put charm in the food. Today now the charm, the testing the charm to see whether the charm working. Look at the time shaking. The two of them came almost the same time. She just in the room there sleeping. And almost 3 o'clock. They gone. By the time she see to get up to go to her car, she even know that the charm working. That's why she came down here. They know that they doing their thing. They know that they're doing something. They think that even the time they were not using the charm, they were doing all kind of things. Yeah. Even the time they were not using charm. That's the very same thing I was thinking. I said they have other food again, they have put charm inside. You see that what we're telling her, I said that she the one causing all the problem here. I don't know what her problem. Why you keep working with these people? Why you keep doing the internet to us? I don't know where your problem. On top of it, they don't want to say anything. She's just there. She's just working with the people. That thing she talking, that means that charm business. The two of them, they know what they own. I told them I got. Nah, party, man. Nah, party. She's just getting fat. I even know the things are shocking. That small thing going on here. Right now, the charm is in place. Oh, yes. The charm is actively working right now. That's why she came running down here. I tell her, I say, I just it. The woman just brought the charm to us. They got me spending my own money. I got a thing with telling them. I said they cost that we just losing money. They cost that we losing money here. Because once you put that charm in the food spot, the food that they bring into you, everything spot. The food spoil, your money spoil, everything spoil. Everything spoil. Right there, you spoil my money. The food I spending my money to buy the food, you spoil my food. And she and Lisa, the same thing. Now I will tell her that. Then they just blaming somebody for all the things, and they won't causing the problem. The same thing antimatter they did to us. Very same thing. How I was telling you that thing, you say you want to listen. Look at what just happened there now. That thing that social charm business they talking. She just to the car that just doing all kind of things just to scare you so you can be running. Better to say you're running from behind the house. So go inside the car. Damn. Yeah, what mama? Okay. Everybody you see passing here. Everybody. That small thing that going on here, that horrible thing, your thing. You know that once they already now test the charm. Once they already do the testing, and nobody you see around, they're all part of it. No, man. I thought our old man Blika. Oh. That small thing, that small thing happening right now. All kind of thing happening now. All kind of thing. Because anybody you see, anything you see, a part of it. Quoi. I don't know how I'm trying to do that. And he threw his jab, came home. Oh, they're working. Maybe he know that the charm working. So yeah, I will tell her that. I said the woman just order food. We just order food yesterday. Now the woman delivering charm. Not even food, but charm. Yeah.
To all the people questioning,
because I want that spoiling you will not remember that you ate a food or you spend money to buy it.
How can I get my credit score to go up? Wait,
you know that I don't even know how old are we right now.
Can I afford to do this? Can I afford the extra guacamole?
You know that my birthday came 2 times.
Where do I go with all these questions?
Oh, yeah.
We've got your back.
He to the door there, he go say happy birthday. Happy birthday. That smart thing happening here now. All the people, everybody you see passing in the area right now, they're all part of it. Well, Jack came from the California. Then I know what kind of thing, yo. What kind of thing they doing here? They told that what they told. That why they go. They did their thing or what? If they did a thing in California, that made the thing finish. They're supposed to just be finished. Then I don't know why they doing it here again. Every time they two of them, they get pretending. They think once they think in your body now, anybody can bring knife, gun, they can't be doing all kind of things. Y'all said that eating charm. That's nothing they're talking about. So I was telling you, and I was just telling her, I said, it looked like you're still using the charm on people. You telling me, say, I won't forget, boy. Forget, boy. Look at what you, at the time you telling somebody to forget about it, then you yourself, you doing the exact thing. Look at what just happened, you know. Look at what happened just a few days ago. All the people that everybody, you mind that the reason why some new people move in the neighborhood. You got the people that were down here. Everybody that you see in the area are all part of the champ. They go organized, almost like organized the whole thing. They go organize the whole thing. Big bang, do. I mean, all the things we're doing, we're not normal. That's also craziness. Yeah, you mind we were doing the same business with everyone on board, all the same color, even the people into the window, all the things. Hey. You go put charm in somebody that it will not be the reason they go tell the ball so the ball can go carry you around while you crazy. So you can just be going to places. That's up there. That is not look like not smart thing that going on. Not smart thing that will go on. Oh yeah. You will kill people. They think they are killing people. You want to kill somebody? That kind of thing you're doing. They think that for older people you can do that kind of thing too. But then when you're doing that, it's just like you want to kill somebody. Everybody that you see, people that walk in their dog, the other one, because they know that the charm working, that's why they walking around in their memory. That's because of memory. Anybody you see that part of it, not small thing going on yet. Hey, yeah, man, you sit down here with just spoiling money like it. Well, yeah, you're spoiling money buying charm. Then you're telling me, say, nah. David, power. Beverly. And I am the God of Africa. All the people you see here, once they right now they just test the thing working. Anybody that you see passing in the area, whether that car, anything, that part of it. Now small thing going on, yeah, that's why we telling them. I said that the reason why we were not working, we were not making money, we were not, that's why we left MAPC. That's why we were having all the problems you see we're having. And the two of them, they know everything about it. They say anything. They just sit down there, they get working with the people. I keep telling them, you got to stop the using the charm. Right now, they think the charm working. Yeah. Beautiful day, but you're not normal. I don't know how it sounds. You're not a normal human being.
You are the people that have built this incredible community and make Avon a remarkable company that's been for 133 years.
Beautiful day, but you sitting in the house, but you're not normal. You crazy. I mean that they entire summer. That's so craziness again. Yeah. Entire summer full of craziness. Okay. Look at the two of them, they're pretending. And you're saying Lisa, that means that you're doing some kind of thing to her when you say Lisa. You better, some kind of baby. Well, I think you're smarter than somebody. I think you're not only you're spoiling because they're spoiling my money, spoiling my food. You're the one causing you all the problem here. Spoiling everything. Oh, God. It make any sense to her brain. I know you girl, very weak woman, very stupid. That thing make any sense to you.
This incredible community and make Avon a remarkable company that's been for 133 years.
You know that right now it's just like almost like what happened right now the charm working. Yeah, the charm working. That maybe that right. Even he coming home and all part of what they explained when she and Lisa was saying he came right after. Hey, girl. Then you can't yelling at me for taking your credit card, for taking your checkbook, for putting heat on. You're yelling at me. How you can take the thing? Once they charm in your body now, you go and do that thing now, you will not remember. You can't remember what you did. So craziness. Look at that. They go buy food. They go buy their food from Harvey, where always when you buy food, they always go. They go there and say, they don't Harvey say they go.
Awesome power. And it is time to turn it loose. We have a strong mission to celebrate women's power to make a beautiful and positive impact in the world.
That have built this incredible community and make Avon a remarkable company that's been for 133 years.
Harvey, where every day we buy food from Harvey. This time you go buy from Harvey now. Harvey said they don't deliver. Go down to the I don't know. I like that about it when you see my smart thing going on hell or something.